Brandon Straka with this amazing gala here at the Trout Estate in Dallas, Texas. The room already filling up. If you would, Jack, show them, pan around here. People just coming into the event right now, checking out Brandon's story of Walkaway that began back in 2016 and will continue, hopefully for years to come, getting liberals and Democrats to walk away from their crazy ideology and come to their common senses, like most of us conservative and America First folks. Again, here on the red carpet at this Walkaway event, we're going to grab some of the folks that came out tonight to learn more about what the Walkaway campaign is all about, and hopefully they'll get out their checkbook, their credit card, and donate tonight. That's the key. We want this campaign to continue on. We want it bigger and better than ever. And as a matter of fact, the man of the hour is right there. Let me see if I can grab him real quick. Hey, Brand, come here. Can I get you for 2 seconds?
Yes.
I know you're busy because you got to schmooze everybody.
I'm here for you.
How are you feeling?
I'm really excited. This is amazing. So Kenny and Lisa Trout are throwing this event for us. It's absolutely amazing. They have this incredible space at their home. So tonight, we're going to let a lot of people know who have never heard of Walkaway yet, don't know that much about us. We're going to kind of tell the history of Walkaway. We're going to let them know a little bit about what we've done, the people that we've reached, the difference that we've made in our culture, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is an amazing estate they have here just outside of Dallas. Yeah. I met Lisa earlier, beautiful, amazing people. Yes. She invited out a couple hundred of her closest friends that we hope will learn more about Walkaway, then donate, then tell a friend, tell 100 friends, tell 1,000 friends, so we can get more people to walk away like you did. Brother, listen, I've helped you with a couple of these now, and I'm telling you, anytime you need help, okay? Yeah. You let me know, because what you're doing is so needed. I was telling Lisa, I'm like, I've been a Republican my whole life. She's like, me too. I'm like, we don't need more of us, per se, right? Born and raised conservatives.
Expand the tent.
We need more of you and the people you're bringing into the tent.
That's what we're trying to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think not only are we growing and expanding it, but I think we're sort of diversifying the party too. And that's part of what I want to show tonight is that, we're an interesting group. I mean, I always kind of very lovingly say, Walkaway is, we're all different types of people. And so,
so is America.
But specifically us, specifically Walkaway, we're kind of like the, maybe we weren't the cool kids in the cafeteria, but we're the real people. We're the real guys. That's who we are.
That's why I've always supported you since we met about 5 years ago.
Right.
And you started this movement back in, 2018 now? Has it been 7 years?
May of 2018. So on May 26, 2018, I put out my first 6-minute video talking about all the reasons I was walking away. That's what kicked the whole thing off. We kind of exploded out of the gate. For the next several years, the movement grew and grew and grew. I don't know if you heard some rumors that maybe I did a little time away.
I think we talked about that on my show over in OAN a few times about your little time, and
I don't know.
They wanted to put you away for a long time.
They definitely wanted to put me away for a long time, but you can't keep a good man down. So
you're a Walkaway, you're a J6er, you're a converted Democrat. You came out of the liberal closet. Yeah, it's awesome.
I came out of a lot of closets. Yeah. But this is the best closet that I came out. I love you too.
I know you have tons of work to do, and I see a bunch of people that I could probably interview.
Pushing me off the red carpet.
I mean, I know it's your carpet, but look at all these. Jack, spin around. Look at all these folks that have already come to the main. By the way, this is like their personal basketball court. You've turned into an amazing gala event center tonight. I've heard from multiple people that have come in already. They've been here for other events. They're like, this is wonderful. They're like, this is wonderful. We've been here before, but not like this. It's wonderful. So bravo to you. Did a good job.
Far be it from me to brag.
It's your staff.
I never brag. No. No, but we have heard rumors from our hosts that this is, they're very impressed by what we've done here.
Try and get Lisa too. I see her over there. But first, this lady right here has been waiting to talk to me.
See you later, America.
She wants to. All right. We'll talk to you at the end. Get ready. Get some makeup on. Dab your head. Brandon Straka, the founder of the Walkaway campaign. If you're tuning in tonight on X or Rumble or YouTube or somewhere and it's your first time and you don't know what the Walkaway campaign's all about, Google it, look up the hashtag. You're going to see so many impressions for the last 7 years on what Brandon has accomplished, beginning just himself, then a small staff, 1, 2, 3. He has grown this thing into now a national nonprofit to get, whether you're a liberal libertarian, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're undecided, and you don't know what's going on in the world of politics. The Walkaway campaign is somewhere you can turn. You can talk to Brandon and the folks. He's had hundreds of thousands of testimonials posted online and people talking about why they walked away from the Democrat Party and came over to the America First and MAGA movement. And that's what turned me on to Brandon so much, was this movement. Over here, check this out, Jack, show him this. This is the story of Walkaway. It starts way back in 2016 when President Trump first won, goes all the way down and then comes back to today, just last month, in New York City, 2025, where Brandon is organizing events to defeat the Marxist, the radical Islamic guy running to try and become the next mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani. So he's out there working his tail off, but he needs your help. And so I want to find out from some of the guests tonight, let's bring them on the red carpet, why they came out to find out more about Walkaway. You've been waiting forever. We have like a line. How are you, dear?
I'm good.
Let's put you right here in front. Tell me your name.
My name's Rebecca.
Rebecca, I'm Dan.
And I live here in Dallas, and I know who you are. I used to watch Fox News a lot.
Oh, well, so Rebecca, talk to me about how you learned about Walkaway. Was this something that you're friends with Lisa, or you had seen Brandon on Fox or OAN or Newsmax?
I'm on Fox, and then I was at CPAC in 2019 when he first spoke on the main stage, and I was delighted, seeing him around in the halls and everything.
What'd you think about him? That was 6 years ago. What'd you think about this young gay Democrat guy who went, oh, I just woke up, I like Donald Trump, and I'm going to be a conservative?
I thought he was fantastic because of his message and the way he told the story about crying over Hillary and being so upset, and then when he came to the realization himself of what Donald Trump was really
he did some research.
Yes, exactly.
He didn't trust the main. See, I've been doing this news thing for about 33 years, and the mainstream media, if y'all didn't know out there, they lie to you like every night, every morning, every time you're watching a newscast, they're lying to you, trust me. And so when I met him about 5 years ago, and he told me that same exact story, I was a diehard Democrat. I cried over Hillary. No, he was, Brandon.
Yes, his story.
I'm crying over, I'm like, how could you cry over Hillary? He's like, because I believed CNN. I believed MSNBC. I thought Donald Trump was this horrific, racist, sexist, mean person that was going to be a dictator and ruin the country. Right. And then he literally just spent a few hours researching, and it opened his eyes.
And I loved it. And that I love the way he tells the story, and I love that he found it out by himself. And then he was brave enough to come out with Walkaway.
That is pretty brave. And then, of course, we saw what they did to him in January 6th, tried to imprison him. I mean, this guy's been through heck.
Yes,
and I appreciate you coming out and supporting.
I think he's, helped turn a lot of young people.
He's turned thousands of liberals over to our side.
Yes.
And we need more of them. There's already a lot of us conservatives.
Exactly.
We need more liberals to be converted.
Right, and especially young people. So
Yeah,
I think he did a
especially young
good job
people.
even before Charlie, and I'm just respect him greatly and so glad to be here to get to meet him in Dallas.
That's awesome. Rebecca, check out the wall. I'll let you go this way. I'm going to grab some more guests. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. Who else? We got, this is Edward. Edward, what's up, man? Come on over here. How you doing, brother?
Good.
My name's Dan.
My name
What
is
brings you out tonight? How'd you get here?
Well, I'm a conservative, so
Okay.
this is a good message for me, so I decided to come and check it out.
Yeah. Have you been familiarized before with Brandon Straka and the Walkaway movement, or
No,
you
I
just
haven't.
heard and said, "Hey, I got to learn about it"?
No, I haven't. So I just somebody invited me. I said, hey, this is what my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lady before you was saying we've got to get the younger people more engaged in the movement, and that's something Brandon's been great about, is getting the young people to learn that conservatism and Republican Party and the GOP, all that stuff, doesn't mean you have to be old and boring, and like, we're a new party. It's a new day. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Look, I was born in Nigeria, okay? So I'm a conservative from the time I was born, and I like the elephant better than a donkey. So I don't have to be taught anything about conservatism, and so when I came, I embraced the Republican Party. And in my family, that's what it is. I like responsibility, individual responsibility before the community responsibility. You know, this saying that it takes a village to raise a child, I don't agree with it. Because the village, like my mom taught me, said didn't get her pregnant. She has to raise her kids. We have to believe in the values that makes the individual responsible, and that's what the
And that
Republican
other party doesn't want to take any responsibility. They want to play victimhood.
Yeah.
Our party says you got to go out, you got to do it yourself, right?
And the government has a role, and that government role has to be such that it's limited, not so we are
small role.
small role. Protect us from enemies, but let us be what we can be, and that is what the Republican Party is.
Edward, thank you, brother. Enjoy. Go over and read this wall. You got to check out Brandon's story. Okay, go check that out. So again, people coming that are conservatives, people coming that probably had never heard about Walkaway like Edward. Some had seen him, some know about it. So again, this campaign, this movement that he started 7-8 years ago has been so powerful because it does reach young, middle-aged, old, gay, straight, black, brown, white, yellow, you name it. That's something different than the Republican Party and the grand old, GOP and the conservative movement. I feel like they have had a tough time over the last 4 or 5 decades reaching those people until Donald Trump and people like Brandon Straka came on the scene and could speak to them more and bring them into the fold. And so that's great. Let's talk to some more people. Is this, wait, are these the parents? Oh, these are the folks responsible for all of this. So whether that's good or bad. This is Mom, this is Mary, and Dan. We got a twofer. It's Dan squared. These are the Straks. This is Mom and Dad. I've never met you guys. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Nice
Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
So I've helped Brandon out with a few of these events. You've probably seen him on my show on OAN tons of times over the last 5 years. We love him, but we've never met you guys. Does he keep you hidden for a reason, or?
Actually, we go on the road with him sometimes, and we've been at some very exciting events.
I bet.
We've been at some of the rallies.
I bet he's going to hate me for this, but can you guys give us one little childhood or teenage story that'll embarrass him, since we're live streaming to all his Walkaway people, like hundreds of thousands of people?
I asked him if I should do that, and he said definitely not.
Okay, well, I tried.
When he was 12 years old, he showed cattle at the Fort Worth Stock Show with us.
Oh,
Showed cattle down here at the Fort Worth Stock Show for years, and Brandon.
Mr. New York City Gucci Shoes actually showed heifers at a county fair in Texas.
Not a county fair,
It was a
but
Fort Worth Stock
it's
Show.
Fort Worth
the
Stock
big one.
Show, the big one.
Big time.
And
Now-
showed some champions, too.
Okay, so see, he does have conservative roots.
He really does.
So he walked away from you guys, and then he came to his senses in 18 and walked back the right way.
Exactly. He
Very
came
true.
back.
I love this. We're telling all the dirty secrets of Brandon Straka. So I'm supposed to be talking to people about what they didn't know, why they came tonight, all that. It's obviously evident why you're here. What is your hope for Brandon and his campaign, though, in the future, 10, 20 years down the road? Because this thing has been really exploding the last few years, and I absolutely love it.
I just hope that people will take the time to listen and use common sense to make their decisions. The propaganda is so prolific, people need to just stop and really think their decisions through.
That's true. I mean, him and I say those two words all the time. Common sense. Common sense will win the day. Last year when my wife was doubtful that we were going to win all 3 houses, and she goes, how are you so confident? I'm like, we're taking all 3. We're taking all 3. How? I'm like, honey, because for 4 years, this country just went through hell under Joe and Kamala. And I still think 50.1% of us still have common sense.
Yes.
And
Yes.
look, we won them all.
Yes.
By the way,
I'm photobombing.
I heard about your steer showing back in the day down here in Fort Worth, Brandon.
No, listen,
He
so
asked for one embarrassing moment.
No,
and
no,
that
no.
wasn't
So
embarrassing.
you were a conservative first, then you walked away, then you walked back.
yeah, flip flop. No. So we're here in Dallas, Texas. Everyone keeps looking at my shoes, which I think are very nice.
We made fun of him.
Can we? No, you dude, look.
Made fun of my mom.
And everyone's like, "Why are you not wearing cowboy boots?" And I'm like, "Why aren't I wearing cowboy boots?" Because I grew up on a Red Angus cattle ranch. My whole life I was wearing cowboy boots. Everyone
I'd like to see you in boots.
cowboy hat and cowboy boots, and I have them. I didn't bring them.
He does have them.
You,
And the
Neither.
Mom, Dad, you done good.
But mine is for a different reason. My feet are killing me.
Yeah, it's true. My dad was a Red Angus cattle rancher for decades, and finally is enjoying the season of his life where.
Retirement.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the R word, but
They've said wonderful things about you. I tried to get dirt they wouldn't give. Anyway, there's people lining up. I'm gonna have the Straks go to the wall, check out the wall, and we'll see who's up next. That was fun. Never met the fam. Now we know a whole new secret about Brandon Straka. The guy showed steers and wore cowboy boots. Look at him now. Where'd he go? Oh, he ran off. That's breaking news right here. To me, that's huge. Next up, Gabriel.
Yes.
How's it going? Gabriel Becker, how are you doing, sir?
Pretty good, you?
Not too shabby. What brings you out tonight to the Trout Estate? Did you know about Walkaway ahead of time, or are you just supporting him already, or somebody said, hey, come check out this thing?
I saw a article like maybe a few months ago, but I'm here because I got invited. I'm part of Dallas Young Republicans, and I got invited by a friend who's part of the board. So
How's it going down here in Dallas? Because we keep hearing about the liberals invading Texas and the big cities and whatnot, like Houston, obviously gone, liberal. Dallas, we hear it's happening. How's the Young Republican Club doing here? Are you gaining members? Are you growing?
it's definitely growing.
Nice.
Dallas is definitely a lot more red than Houston and Austin, but
Thank God.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that, Gabriel. Appreciate you. Hopefully you'll learn more about Walkaway. Share it with your young people in the Young Republicans Club. They got to help Brandon grow, because if you want more folks in your group, we need to pull more liberals and independents over to our side. And that's what he's doing a great job at. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you. Check out the wall. Yep. All right. Okay. I'm moving over here because we got so many people. Right on, right on. Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, got it. Okay. Who's up next? We have so many folks. I love this. They're getting their picks. Nice style. You got to love the Texas style, Jack. Right? They got the cowboy boots, the big bell-bottom jeans, the Bronco patches and Mustang patches on the jacket, and the hats. That's key. That's key in Texas. You got to have hats and boots. And here I showed up without my cowboy boots or my cowboy hat, which I do have both, even though I live in California. All right, let's see who's next. I love this venue, by the way. Big, big thank you to the lady who's taking a pic with Brandon right now. That is Lisa Trout. She is our amazing benefactor tonight. Her and her husband are putting on this event in their beautiful, beautiful estate here in Dallas. This is actually the basketball court where their kids play ball, but it made a heck of a red carpet affair tonight, so I am loving it. Maybe we can talk with Lisa. Will Lisa chat with us? 1 minute, Lisa? Yeah, we're live streaming for Walkaway? No, have it. I'll take one if you want me to drink it. We're just live streaming. It's fine. She'll grab it for you. Julia, I'm Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Nice to meet
Lovely
you. I love the outfit. We were just talking about that as I was waiting for you ladies to come over. Very Texas, but also a little chic. And
She's known for her hats.
well, you got to have boots and hats in Texas, right? And I forgot. I have both. I live on a ranch in Cali. I forgot my boots and hats. Let me start with the lady in charge. I'll swing over here. I know. Beautiful, beautiful home. Thank you for opening your doors. As I told you, I don't know how you know long Brandon. I've known him about 5 years. And the minute I met him, I thought, what an amazing story. Somebody who grew up in Texas with rancher dad, mom, right? Wearing cowboy boots, being conservative, moves off to the big city of New York, becomes a liberal, votes for Hillary, cries for Hillary, but then starts doing his own research, starts using common sense, and realizes in 2018, oh my gosh, I've been wrong all these years, and he walked away. And here we are today. Thank you for bringing all your friends. Do you think we'll get some more people to help get this bigger so we can get more liberals to walk away?
I think so. I met Brandon about 2 or 3 years ago at Mar-a-Lago. And Eric Metaxas introduced me to him.
Great guy.
And he's like, you have got to meet Brandon. He is doing amazing things. And this was about 2022, I would say.
Okay.
And met him, and he told me his whole story. And I'm like, okay, more people need to know you and what you're doing, because he has a very compelling story. And he has very creative and innovative ways
That's the key.
to get through to people on the other side.
I mean, right now we're live streaming on X and Rumble and YouTube and all his channels to probably a few 100,000 people. They're going to share it. You know, we're going to record it, we're going to chop it up and re-air it and put it different places. And hopefully just your event, besides the money that might flow through here to help it grow bigger, just showing this online is going to get thousands of people to learn about Walkaway and maybe walk away. Julia, you probably learned about it from your friend. Did you know about Walkaway?
I have admired Brandon for years, but I think now is the time, never before, since Charlie Kirk's assassination, has there been a time to walk away. Walk away from the Democrat Party, walk away from whatever you are affiliated with. It doesn't mean into the Republican Party, it doesn't mean into whatever, but look at your values, look at what is going on in the world, and there are so many things to walk away from.
Use some common sense.
Darkness and evil is upon us, and here is a time to say, okay, I'm going to renew my Christian faith, I'm going to renew and restore everything that I was taught as a child, because for decades, and all these little generations beneath me, they have no idea what's
We have to help guide them. We do have to help guide them.
And I think Brandon, just like Charlie did, they have very compelling common sense arguments that, yes, we want to fight for our freedom. We don't want to go down the path of socialism, which leads to communism. And there's a right way to have those conversations by asking questions,
Charlie and Brandon are great.
really engaging people to find what makes sense.
I'm kind of like Trump. I hit him with the microphone. Charlie would be sweet and put the mic down and let them take the mic. Brandon's sweet. Yeah, I'm a little old school. I'm like, how can you be so dumb? A wide open border, changing genders, letting radical Muslims in, all the crazy stuff the left's doing. I'm going, how can you let that happen? Are you that nuts?
I can be that way too.
I know,
But I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from Charlie and the way he engages with questions. And then now I'm learning from Brandon. So he's doing a great job.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for hosting this. Truly appreciate it. God bless you. Julia, thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Check out the wall and learn more about Walkaway. Thank you. All right, who's up next? Brandon's over here still talking to people, yakking away. It's getting a little warm in here now. The room's filling up. More VIPs showing up on the red carpet. I'm going to grab this lady right here and see why she decided to walk away. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Over here. Oh, this is some folks that came from the other way. Come on down. Mark, Dan Ball, how you doing, brother? And I see that Ashley, is it? Ashley, I'm Dan, nice to meet you. I heard you guys wanted to tell us why you showed up tonight, because I feel like there's probably a wide array of people who know what Brandon does, know what Walkaway's about. There's probably people that have no clue what Walkaway is or his story. So fill us in, ladies first, on how you got here and what you know about Walkaway.
Sure, I'm on the board of Dallas Young Republicans, and I just wanted to come support, so. Yeah.
So you knew what he was doing. You've been tracking Brandon.
A little bit. Yeah, not a lot, but a little bit.
So when you read the stuff on that wall, I mean, he has been a busy, busy young man, right?
Yeah, it's good stuff, yeah.
Spreading the conservative and America First movement. And coming from a former Democrat, that's pretty good.
It means a lot, yeah.
I think we need more of them. There's a lot of us already.
Exactly. To hear the other point of view and how it changed, absolutely.
Mark, how about you?
So I actually first heard about Brandon while I was streaming into the very touching Charlie Kirk memorial service. I was streaming Newsmax, saw him featured, and just loved the way he communicated, and then learned about Walkaway through that. Then I got invited to the event and learned it was the same guy I was watching on Newsmax. And so I had to be here. I flew in from South Carolina just to be here tonight, so I couldn't miss it.
Just learned about Walkaway a couple weeks ago.
Just a couple weeks ago, did some digging, did some research, and just love the cause, love to see more people come over to our party, and just love what Brandon's doing. So I can't wait to be a part of it, and hopefully there's many more.
Get the credit card, the checkbook out, donate tonight, because what Ashley just said, hearing it from that different perspective. I mean, I grew up in Ohio, Mennonite Christian home, grandmother raised me. I voted Republican the first time in 92. I'm 51. I've never not voted Republican. Okay. There's plenty of me and you guys. We need more, like you said, that perspective.
More need to know about it. More need to know about this. So
and when they hear about it from someone like Brandon versus somebody like me or you guys, somebody in sort of the Republican club, they're going to be like, yeah, whatever, you're a Republican. No. Brandon, hi, I'm a young, gay, former Democrat. Let me tell you why I'm not a Democrat. That's the perfect message we all got to support. So thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate that. Yeah, enjoy the evening. Thank you so much. Great. See, all kinds of different folks, right? I mean, that gentleman didn't even know what Walkaway or Brandon was until he saw him streaming Charlie Kirk's funeral service and talking about it. That's amazing. Brandon bringing people to, again, I don't think he's a Walkaway type. He's probably a conservative already from the Carolinas. But the point being is a lot of folks don't know what this mission's been about and what his whole campaign's about. So that's great. I see Debbie standing here. Debbie looks like she's got a lot to say. How are you, dear?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. My name's Dan. I'd like to know what brought you out tonight. Did you know Mr. Brandon Straka and what Walkaway was all about, or are you just learning tonight?
I already knew. He's actually joining me in my talk show tomorrow called America Can We Talk? So he's doing my show tomorrow at 11:30, and I know all about. I grew up in New York. I love what he's doing with the mayor there. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful.
That's great. So you live down here now. Used to be in New York?
Yes, we live in Collin County, north of here, but yeah, I've lived in Texas a long time. We're really Texans, but I grew up in New York. Yes, sir.
So kind of like Brandon. He grew up here, I heard.
Nebraska.
Actually, his dad was here, and he said he used to show steers when he was a kid, and then he moved off to the city and became a Democrat. Thank God he woke up in 2018.
Yeah. Okay, I was a Democrat all the way through college, all the way through law school. I mean, then you start working and realizing, anyway, your thinking changes.
No, that's great. See, we need more of you and Brandon out there talking to people about that, because me, I've been a Republican since I was, I'll say, born, because my grandma was a Mennonite, good Christian, Republican, Reagan gal, and I grew up with her in the 70s and 80s and 90s in Ohio, so I had no choice. My first vote in 92 has been Republican. So when we hear from you and guys like Brandon that are going, I was a Democrat my whole life, and then I started common sense.
I started thinking. Yeah, thinking instead of emoting. Yeah, and I got to tell you something else. I love that he appeals to young voters. Brandon, he's kind of cool. Yes. They like listen to him. And
black, white, yellow. Look at his events. Everybody of every kind of walk of life is out.
Yeah, and he's got logical things he says. There's common sense. People say, wow, that guy. We need to talk to more women, because women, if women voted the way men do, America would be a much better place.
Oh, we'd be 65% conservative all the time. We'd win every election.
Amen to that.
Debbie, you start talking to those ladies.
Okay, good to meet
Thank you
sir.
so much. Pleasure meeting you. Love hearing these stories. Love hearing these stories. Okay, they're taking pics. Let's do this. Let's show the folks watching from home what the Walkaway wall is all about. But I see a couple waiting, so hold on one sec. Before I do that walk, come with me, Jack. We'll talk to them right here. How you doing? I'm Dan. What's your name?
Dan, I'm Ray.
Ray, pleasure
Yes.
to meet you. And this is your wife?
Yes.
Cher.
Cher. Okay, guys. Did you know about Walkaway before? Did you know what Brandon did? Or is this all new to you and you wanted to come out and learn more about it? I'll let ladies go first.
Well, I did know some about him and his organization, and I'm here to learn more.
There you go. That's awesome. Same with you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing it.
Is this something where you knew Lisa and friends, or you saw an invite? Like, how do you learn about see, I'm in media. I've been in media for 30 years. I learned about him because he's all over media. And I went, who's this amazing former Democrat gay guy going, wait a minute, I'm for MAGA now. And I'm going, I love this guy. And he's getting young people, and he's getting people from every walk of life, rich, poor, black, white, but you name it. People are walking away. And I never had to walk away. I grew up in a conservative Christian family. I was always a conservative. So when I see what he has done just in this short 6-7 years, and folks now coming out and going, I never knew, this is really inspiring, because we don't need more of us that are already on the side. We need more of him to get more people on that other side 100%. This way, right?
Correct. Absolutely. Without question.
Well, I hope you enjoy the evening. Hope you write a check. And at the end, we're going to do post interviews, because we want to talk to people about what they learned tonight and see if they're really fired up to help Walkaway.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. Pleasure. Yep. Okay, let's show them the wall quick, and then we'll come back to the carpet. All right, so if you look up here, you got that, Jack? 2016, when Donald Trump won, this is what Brandon always talks about. This is where he was crying on camera. I always make fun of him, because he was like a little, like he lost his puppy. Oh, poor Brandon. Hillary lost. That's how it all started. Then he started doing his own research. Fast forward to 2018. Guess what he does? He realizes the mainstream media lies to you. And he found out that the MAGA movement and Donald Trump and folks like me, we're not crazy. We don't hate you. We just want a better life for everyone in this nation. So he posts his video. It goes viral. And then this big, long history. Come on, Jack, let's go. Takes you through his media montage, if you will, of all of his appearances, his events, when Donald Trump hosted him at Mar-a-Lago, when Donald Trump posted about him, and just all the different, here's when he hit his 250,000 members. I think now he's up to 1 million or more. I don't even know how many. It then loops back around to, unfortunately, January 2021, when the corrupt Biden regime decided to arrest my good friend and act like he was a January 6er when he did nothing wrong. Fast forward all the way back, Jack, to 2025 of just last month, and Brandon's still been at work. Not just trying to convince people to walk away from the Democrat Party, but he's been at work actually on the ground trying to push the America First movement. And if you look right down here, he has been now staging different rallies, peaceful rallies, unlike the radical left, peaceful rallies in New York City, trying to defeat this evil, evil soul, if he even has one, named Zohran Mamdani, the one running for mayor in New York City. And so Brandon is always active. He's out there working the streets. But again, that stuff costs money. That's why you host amazing events like this with great patriots who want to donate and give. So if you're watching right now online, I don't know if we have the QR code up on the screen anywhere, but you can always log on to the Walkaway campaign and learn more on how you can donate, whether it's $5, $50, $5,000, give what you can. But even more important than the cash, spread the word. Share the live feed tonight. Share a bunch of videos. Go back. This is tagged on all of his stuff. Go back and show his video from 2018 when he walked away. This 6-minute video could change some of your liberal friends' lives, because they'll see one of them, a young, confused, liberal man going, wait a minute, I did some real critical thinking, I did some research, and now I know I've been lied to, and he walked away. All right, let's talk to some more folks who are hopefully walking away tonight or going to help out with the Walkaway campaign. Brandon's over here mugging for the cam. There's our man of the hour. Oh, pretty boy over here. Okay, I've got some folks that want to chat. How you doing, brother? Devarian, and who else? Come on in here. Melandra, how you guys doing?
Sir. Doing good.
You guys look like you might be with the Dallas Young Republicans Club, maybe, or something. No, am I wrong?
We're Turning Point USA, but
Turning Point guys.
Also Dallas County Republicans at the same time.
So I try not to get weepy-eyed because Charlie started coming on my show about 5 years ago. In 2020, I started at One America News, and I love that young man. I mean, he was the best of all of us. Really, that's why they had to kill him. He was the best of all of us.
Not wrong there.
So God bless you guys for doing it. You look young, like teens, 20s.
I'm
You're
20.
young, man.
I am
Yeah,
20.
24. Man, you guys are young. So you understand how important it is because you're obviously already conservatives, but how many of your friends in your age bracket are brainwashed out there by social media and the mainstream media telling them they've got to be Democrats, they've got to be liberals, that's the way to go, guilting them, victimhood, you name it. That's why I think, and you tell me, what he is doing is so important because we got a lot of us. We need to get more of them to walk away and come to our side.
Yes, sir, 100%. It's a little bit more difficult, but that's what we have to keep on being on them. We have to show them that we care, show them that we love them, and also push our conservative values at them, but be relatable to them at the same time. So then let them know that, hey, deep rooted, you are probably conservative. You've just been told that you're not conservative. You've just been told to think this way and support these liberal ideologies that are completely bogus and false. But it's important, though. It's important that we have movements like Walkaway to bring more people and bring the young voting, especially bring more young conservatives, because this is a movement, and this is the turning point of America as well. Yes. So this is very important. So they have to keep on events like this. Events like this, we need more young people at events like this. 100%.
We do. We do. And I'll tell you, I find it so fitting that Charlie's organization is called Turning Point. And we're at this crucial turning point. In my opinion, being 51 guys, and I've been in the media for 30-some years, I look at what's happening in our nation, and I truly believe it's good versus evil. It's not Democrat, Republican. It's good versus evil. Their ideology, their so-called policies, their mindset is of evil. The conservative Christian movement is of, like Charlie, I've been living that motto since I was in the military, right? It's faith, family, country. That's what it's supposed to be about, right?
100%. It's also just trying to free people's hearts and minds, man. If people are open-minded and willing to listen, that's half the battle, and then going from there and giving them the information. There's so much funding and stuff that goes into the other side, the misinformation. So just trying to get that out there and make everybody aware, let them know this is all systematically kind of placed against you. And most people aren't really knowing about it. It's very sad to see.
They're brainwashed. Final one to you guys. Make your push for Turning Point USA. This is live streaming on all Brandon's Walkaway pages, so there's hundreds of thousands watching. Tell the young folks that might tune in why they should join Turning Point USA today.
Because you have to, in order to change your life and change your mind, you have to join something. You have to join a movement like Walkaway to educate yourself, to free your mind, to be a free thinker, to literally understand the economy, to understand what's going on in the real world, to understand politics and how it affects you personally in your neighborhood, in your community, in your school. And that's too important. So we need you guys. We need more young people because we are the future. So we have to protect our future, not just the future for our kids, but our future at the same time. Because right now, it's not very much protected.
This kid's 20. Did you talk that way when you were 20? Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. That
was great. That was great. Landry, thank you, guys. Enjoy the evening. Thank you. Yep. And God bless all you TPUSA guys. Appreciate you so much. Wow. Okay. Every time, every time this old guy sees a 20-year-old speak like that about his faith, this country, learning about politics, and if you notice, he didn't miss a beat. He spoke so strongly in his convictions and his beliefs. Man, if we could duplicate that kid. Can we clone him? We never lose another election. Anyway, back around to the crowd. We got tons of people. I love this crowd. This is a fun crowd, too, by the way. Here's some more folks. Mindy and Jason Phillips. I always go with ladies first. Mindy, how are you? I'm Dan Ball. Jason, nice to meet you. So my question's simple for all the folks. We're doing some pre-interviews and we're going to do some post-interviews because we want to know how much folks know about Brandon and the Walkaway campaign, and then after a couple hours of videos and speeches, what you learned. So, what brought you here tonight, and did you know anything about Walkaway?
Yeah, I know some of the people that are within Walkaway, and I've gone to some of the events and helped with them with some things, so I'm quite familiar now with them.
How long you been helping out?
I went to the event at the J6 weekend, so I was there in DC that weekend. Wasn't helping out with that one, but helped with the CPAC in Dallas, the one that was here. So
it was in, yeah, the CPAC one in Dallas. Was that?
Years ago? Yeah. Yeah.
And Jason, same thing. The wife brought you to Walkaway. Is that how you learned? Or you
bystander, sir.
That's okay though, because if you brought the credit card or checkbook, you can always help out the Walkaway campaign. What are you looking forward to learning about? I'm sure you did a little research before you got here and like, hey, Mindy, what are you dragging me to? What did you know about Walkaway and what Brandon's been doing the last, 7-8 years?
I have been talked to at length about everything Walkaway, and I'm just interested to learn more. I'm a sponge. I love to understand people's human experiences, and I like to form my opinions based on those experiences.
It's a very common sense approach. I wish folks on one radical political side in this country would actually do that. Just calm down, quiet, have a little common sense, have a little civil debate like Charlie wanted you to have. Let's be civil with each other. And most times I feel like if you could just talk to them and show that their ideology is, this is my opinion, of evil. I really think we're in a battle of good and evil, not left, right, Democrat, Republican. Like the policy and the mindset of what they're putting forth is not for this nation. It is truly not. And we need more folks. There's plenty of conservative folks. We need more folks to walk away, which is why we need your help to spread the word about Walkaway.
Yeah, I think that's what's brought so many people of different backgrounds all together is they just went so far down the wrong road.
My wife last year was like, there's no way we're going to win all three branches. We're going to win them all. She goes, how I go? I still feel that my countrymen and women, at least 50.1% of the registered voters anyway, have enough common sense to go, that stuff is you know what, crazy. This is okay. I'm going to vote over here.
Right. Well, and you wouldn't believe, there's quite a few people that I know that are liberals that won't say it openly, but did vote for Trump because they said this stuff is crazy. And it's usually women because they came after the kids. And when you come after the kids, the moms are going to stand up and they're going to do something.
Don't groom our kids. Don't say you can go against God and science transgenders. Don't open the borders and let millions of criminals in. Don't let radical Islamic terrorists take over main offices in main cities around this country and are espousing their hatred of America. Don't get us into endless wars and spend billions of our dollars. All these things are pretty common sense.
Right. Well, and so many times, we don't pay attention, right? We're at home being moms, but the moms had to start paying attention when they start indoctrinating your children in public schools, so.
A gal earlier said the same thing to me. She said, if we could get every real mother out there to register as a Republican and vote, we'd never lose an election again.
That's true. That's true.
Get on it, Mindy.
I know.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And Jason, thanks for coming out and learning more.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
You guys enjoy the night. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. More folks on the carpet. We're getting close to showtime, as a matter of fact. Real close to showtime. No, you guys are good? Okay. I'll look at the boss and find out when we're going to get there, but I know that coming up on 7 o'clock is when we'll begin with the first presentation videos and then speeches. So the cameras will get turned around, but we will stay live for the next 2 hours during the event. So you're going to be able to see a lot of walkaway testimonials and inspirational videos about the campaign. You'll hear from Brandon himself up on the stage, myself, and a few other folks that'll be speaking tonight. So again, that's going to kick off in just a few minutes, but we'll see if we got more folks. Brandon, what are we starting? What are we doing? I just wonder when we're starting.
I'm getting some more.
Pretty soon, right?
5 minutes. About 5 minutes. Okay. Yes.
Go enjoy yourself. Mingle.
I will.
You're the boss man. Go mingle. Go mingle. Get out of here. Get out of here, Brandon. Let's talk to these lovely ladies. They get a pick yet? Get their pick, and then we'll chat with them about why they came out tonight. Hi, I'm Dan. What's your name?
I'm Lacey Kavner.
Hi, Lisa. Nice to meet you. This is Madeline. I'm Dan.
Oh, Madeline. So nice to meet you.
Okay, so my question for everybody tonight's real simple. What brought you to Walkaway? Did you know about the movement ahead of time? Did you know Brandon? Or was this something somebody said, you've got to learn more about this campaign? Come on out.
I actually knew about the movement ahead of time back in around 2019 because I also am a recovering Democrat.
See, this is what I keep saying all night. This is what we need more of. There's plenty of conservatives. We need Democrats and liberals to open their eyes and come over. How about you, Madeline?
So this lovely lady introduced me to the movement here. I just joined Dallas Young Republicans, and so I heard that this was the event to be at today. My family is in politics in Colorado. Obviously a very contentious...
Tough state.
Yes, my mom's a Republican there, and so we've seen firsthand the change that can happen state to state. And so happy to be part of this movement and have to keep pushing Texas in the right direction.
Amen. I know. The Dems are down here pushing to turn this beautiful red state blue, aren't they?
They can try.
Not going to happen.
No way.
What was your coming out moment then when you went, I'm walking away from this lunacy?
It was. I actually did not vote for Trump in his first election.
It's okay.
My family,
Neither did Brandon.
My family did. I did too.
You cried on Hillary?
Yes. And
I
my
was
father,
celebrating like heck.
my father was, disappointed. He said, "I love how passionate you are, but let's just focus on what he can do for the betterment of our country. Pray about it, and hope that he serves us best." And so for the next 4 years, I really started paying attention. And I realized that my entire narrative had been completely manipulated by a lot of the mainstream news and basically based on lies.
I've been in it since I was 18. I'm 51. 33 years I've been in the mainstream media. Let me tell you, the majority of them lie to you every day.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Absolutely.
They omit, they flub, they skew, they...
Just little blips. Yeah.
Well, I am so happy for you. Now do me a favor, spread that message outside this building with other Democrats and get them to walk away. Because literally, if we could flip just a small percentage of, let's say, Democrat young women, we would never lose an election again.
No, and I agree.
women out to
I
vote.
would like to do is challenge our mayor. We had him come speak at the Dallas Young Republicans last week, and he also is a recovering Democrat. He was already in office as a Democrat,
I heard.
and now it's his last term, and we would love for him to be a lot more vocal about that conversion and what that experience was like for him, because it was a really powerful thing to hear.
That's good. Call them out. We need to call out our politicians. We pay their salaries. I hate when people won't or have the guts to just say what needs to be said to these folks. You work for us. If we don't like what you're doing, tell them.
Well, he did become a conservative, and now Dallas is the largest city in America that has a conservative mayor because of his conversion.
I live in San Diego. We were not all, but we were majority Republican 5 years ago. Our city council, our county commission, and the mayor all flipped blue in the last 4 or 5 years.
I know.
So trust me, I've been looking at Texas. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, you guys have a great night. Enjoy. Check out the wall. All right, so folks, just a few minutes away from kicking off the event here on the red carpet at the Walkaway campaign event here in Dallas, Texas. Yes, come on down. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Kaylin.
Kaylin, I'm Dan. Nice to meet you.
Dan. Very good to meet you.
So they're giving us what was that warning back there, Jack? Oh, okay, we got 10 more minutes. Okay, they're letting people get a little, have some cocktails, relax. It's a party. Talk to me about how you came to be here tonight. Did you know about Brandon? Did you know about Walkaway? Did someone bring you? Or you're like, I got to learn more about what these guys are doing. This sounds interesting.
I know a lot about Walkaway. My husband works with Walkaway, walks directly with Brandon, or works directly with him. So we were invited to this event because we're Texas natives.
Were you guys Democrats before too? Did you walk away?
I was, yes. My husband was not. He's a diehard Republican. I walked away shortly after Trump was first elected.
So kind of like about the time frame, Brandon?
Yep, exactly.
Were you, those ladies that just spoke with me said, the taller one there, she's a recovering Democrat, as she put it. Right. She cried just like Brandon when Hillary lost. Did you cry?
I didn't. I didn't want either one to win, to be fair.
A lot of people felt that way.
But I was distraught, with either choice.
Yeah. Since then, in the last 9 years, since 2016, and that big, huge win, as Trump would say, nobody's perfect.
Right.
I love the man.
Absolutely.
With his flaws, I don't care about his past. I look at the policy he puts forth, that he's putting my country first, that he wants my family first, that he wants our military and our borders first and secure, that he wants education back to normal, that he doesn't want to get us in endless wars. Like, you could hate him for 10 million things, I don't care. But the policy and what he believes in is so American. How could you ever not want to vote, whether it's him or, JD down the road or somebody different that has those views versus what happened to again, I'm 50-something, so I remember Kennedy Democrats you could talk to.
Right.
What happened to your old party?
Absolutely no idea. I think the new faces like AOC, Gavin Newsom, people that are just, I wouldn't even say that they're radical, they're just uninformed, about reality. And social media plays a huge part in that, and I think that they're just a huge presence in those, in those realms, and I think it's getting to a lot of...
They brainwash.
Yeah, absolutely.
The media lies to you, and then when your feed and the algorithm, it just feeds you more negative crap about our movement. Right. That's the human psyche. You get brainwashed to believe MAGA people are misogynistic, racist, xenophobic, the devil, Nazis. They're, again, so you desensitize, you dehumanize who we are as people, and then you get radical lefties out harming people over politics.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Everything we've been seeing lately, all the political violence that they like to put on the right.
I don't see anybody on the right doing it, do you?
Absolutely not, no.
Nobody on our side's out shooting people, beating people up.
It's a shame, but I'm optimistic about the future of the right.
Telling Democrats. I'm glad you walked away.
Thanks so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Love hearing these walkaway stories. Yes, Brandon. What's going on now?
There's a couple ladies that I want you to meet. They're a little bit nervous, but I forced. Well, because they said they're not like public people. But they have a really great thing that people.
Neither were you a few years ago.
That's right.
You were crying like a little baby about Hillary a few years ago.
Okay, that's not what we're here to talk about. So no. These girls came up to me. They were taking pictures, and they said that they're New Yorkers too.
Oh.
And I said,
New Yorkers.
I said, are you planning to vote in November in New York? And they said, absolutely. I said, are you going to vote against this communist lunatic? And they said,
Yes.
Amen. And I said amen. Okay, I'm going to start preaching now. No, it is about preaching. So I'll tell you what, radical Islam is in this nation. It's starting to take over in certain cities like New York, Minneapolis, Dallas, Houston. It's a bad, I don't understand why people.
Radical socialism too. But she has a great, I want you to hear what she said about her parents.
Yes. Okay, you go do, I'll take care of this. Go have fun.
I'm here to.
We don't need you. I'll give them. You need Brandon? Okay, fine. Let me move over here so we can get everybody on camera. All right, there we go. So it's Liliana, and I can't see your name.
Sorry, Emily.
Emily. So Emily, New Yorkers, you look very young. I would assume that most of your friends possibly are probably Democrats or liberals because it's New York, right?
Yes.
You got to deal with those folks. How do you deal with those folks knowing that they're brainwashed and believe in radical ideology that would ruin this nation?
You know, honestly, I decided it's not going to work if you combat hate with hate.
Charlie didn't.
Charlie didn't. He did what he spoke his mind. He put his ideas out there. It is terrible what happened to him. So the best that we can do as young adults, we're 20, try and educate our friends. Try and open their eyes. Not be aggressive. And if it doesn't work, well,
God bless them.
God bless them. That is
Like folks in the South always say, God bless your heart, right?
You just have to pray for them. You just have to hope that one day they'll figure it out and they'll understand that what's going on is really bad.
Were you guys raised in a conservative home? Or is it something that you kind of did your own research like Brandon and figured out, you know what, I want to be on this conservative side of the political issue, maybe not a Republican, but at least as far as the ideology and the issues, you align more with conservative values versus the radical left ones. That's something from the parents, something you learned? Like, where'd you get it from?
Well, personally, I don't feel comfortable speaking about my own family, but I will say that as a 20-year-old, I feel like where I grew up, I wasn't really informed about everything that was going on. So I took it upon myself to surround myself with people who do value these type of things, and I want to learn more and I want to do better, which is why I'm here tonight. And one of my best friends, Emily, she's a political science major, so she's very interested in the subject. So I get educated almost every day without any bias, without any hate, without anything.
I won't ask you which school, but I would assume if it's on the East Coast, it's probably very liberal, like Columbia and the rest of them. How do you deal with crazy professors?
Oh, I'm here. I'm at SMU.
Oh, they're okay. Never mind. Oh, they're wrapping me up, which means we're going to start the program. Ladies, Emily, thank you. Liliana, thank you so much. Spread the word with young women. We need more young women conservative voters. God bless you. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay, guys. So we're going to take a quick little break. If you want to take a shot around the room, I'll be right back on the red carpet at the Walkaway Campaign Fundraiser here in Dallas, Texas. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 5 minutes.
Hey guys, Dan Ball here on the red carpet at the Walkaway Campaign fundraising event in Dallas, Texas. If you've been watching the last hour, we have met so many amazing people from South Carolina, New York, Texas, California, old, young, black, white, yellow, gay, straight, women, men. Like, this is what the Walkaway Campaign is all about. It is a big swath of Americana that believes in conservative American values and not the crazy radical ideology of the left. And tons of people have walked away thanks to Brandon's messaging. And then the thousands of people that he's brought into the campaign are spreading the word. Like some of my friends over here. Get over here, Shemica. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
If you don't know Shemica, she's on my show a lot. She's on Jason's show, Whitlock, over on the Blaze TV. You see her all over doing stand-up, being a smart aleck, and just spitting some truth. And who'd you bring with you?
This is Gothix.
Hello, Gothix. How are you?
I am wonderful. And how are you?
I'm doing great. So tell folks at home, if they don't know who you are, what you guys do and how you came to know Brandon and be part of the Walkaway campaign. I'll start with you, dear.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Gothix. I'm a content creator, and I found the Walkaway campaign just by accident after getting canceled by my fans for posting something on Twitter. Yeah, it's a long story short. Here I am trying to, have my side shave and seem like I'm.
You don't look like the typical, you don't look like the typical MAGA radical right-wing Republican that hates everybody.
I bring this up because I confuse the left and I confuse the right. So
confuse me, girl.
Okay, that's perfect. So
I don't look at that crap.
Yeah, good.
I listen to what you're saying,
Good.
and you're
like that.
telling me we have
I
the
like
same
that.
principles and convictions and
I like
beliefs.
that.
So I don't give two what you look like.
No,
who you date, what you do in your bedroom, how you're wearing your hair, what skin color.
Because you're not a Democrat, that's why.
You're Yes! That's the best line of the night, and cut. Because I'm not a Democrat. I don't do identity politics. Thank you, Gothix. That was the best line of the night. All right, now I got to talk to my friend Shemica. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How you been?
I'm doing really good.
By the way, can I say, when we did that roast, I think there's we did the roast of Brandon Straka. If you all haven't seen that, it's on his pages. Go watch the roast. You were hilarious. I don't know if I told you that night, but we were cracking up. All you guys were great. It was great. So I don't even know if I know your story on how you came to be part of Walkaway, so fill these folks in.
Yeah, I think it was by mistake. I had no idea that I was really a walkaway. I thought the things that I was saying were just common sense things. And then someone said, you need to talk to Brandon Straka. And I was thinking, who is that and why? This is 2018. Yep. And it was because apparently I was a walkaway. I mean, I did vote Democrat my entire life. But
it happens.
I had no idea I was voting. I know. I had no idea I was voting wrong.
No. Well,
voting against my values.
But here's the deal, too, dear. I always talk about, because I'm a little older than you and my grandma raised me, and she was a lot older than me, born in 1903 or 6, somewhere back in the day. She would talk about Kennedy Democrats back in her day.
Right.
You could talk to a Kennedy Democrat.
Right.
They might disagree with you on unions and abortion. Mm-hmm. That's about it.
Yeah.
They would say have a border. They would say fair equal pay. They would say strong military. They would say don't indoctrinate kids. Like, you could talk to a Democrat 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. You can't talk to them today.
You absolutely can't. And I think that's why older people are so confused, especially my grandmother, who's 91, because she's been a Democrat her whole life. So to have her granddaughter say, this is not the way, I think she's a little bit confused because she thinks she's voting according to her values, and she doesn't understand that they are so far left now, they've gone off the cliff. Yeah. And so some of them are just confused. They don't know that you're voting against your values.
They need you two ladies to talk to them more and use, and I've heard those two words all night from most every person, common sense. If you really just sit there and investigate, do your own research a little bit, it's getting quiet, we're about to start, and you use common sense, you too, if you're a Democrat watching, you'll walk away. You'll find out we don't care about any of that crap the Democrats care about. We want you in our camp because we want a better life for you and a better nation, a better republic. So anyway, ladies, thank you. Guys, go get your seats. We're about to start. And I believe we're going to start and take the first video of the night. Thank you so much. This has been the red carpet at the Walkaway campaign fundraiser in Dallas, Texas, the beautiful, beautiful Trout Estate. And go ahead, let's roll it.
talk about you.
They've lied to America.
They hate America.
Leftist cesspools of propaganda.
Like tolerance for different opinion.
Your freedom is on the line.
Do your own research.
Courage is contagious.
I love this country.
It is not too late for America because this fight for freedom is now really on.
Join us. Once upon a time, I was a liberal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man who's gotten more people to walk away from the Democratic Party than CNN has for viewers every night, Walkaway founder Brandon Straka.
Thank you! How are we feeling, Dallas? This is so amazing. I want to thank all of you so much for being here tonight. And first and foremost, I want to thank the hosts of this incredible event, Kenny and Lisa Trout. Thank you so much for opening up your home to us. And an extra special thank you to Tracy Haupt, the sweetheart who's been working with us for so long to make this event possible. This event has been kind of a long time coming, but the day has finally come, and we are so happy and so pleased to be here. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I know that some of you have been following me, following Walkaway for a long time. You know who we are and what we're doing. Some of you are going to be learning about Walkaway for the first time tonight, and I think that that is amazing. So I'm here tonight to give you a quick introduction. We have a few amazing speakers, and just about 15, 20 minutes, I'll be coming back on stage to walk you through the journey of Walkaway, the story of how it happened, what we do, who we reach, the highs, the lows, the ups and downs, and all of it. And I think you're going to really, really enjoy watching that presentation. I want to tell you just a few things quickly before we get started tonight. There's two different terms that you'll be hearing tonight. The first is walk away. I'm sure you probably understand what that means. In case you don't, I'll say walk away means it's those of us who at some point in our lives found ourselves on the political left. We were liberals or leftists or Democrats. Some of us were socialists. Some of us were communists. Some of us supported the far radical left. But at some point we had our eyes opened. Something happened. Some spark took place that made us realize that we were being lied to, manipulated, deceived by the do-nothing, awful, anti-American Democrat Party. So we walked away from it. The other term you'll be hearing a lot tonight is walk with. What is walk with? When I started Walkaway in May of 2018, the idea kind of exploded out of the gate. It started as a Facebook group. And so many people started joining the group and sharing their stories, their Walkaway videos, their Walkaway testimonials. And we had lifelong conservatives and lifelong Republicans who were saying, we love this movement. We want to be a part of it. We want to support it. We want to share your content. We want to come to your events. We want to help fund the work that you're doing. We want to be a part of it. And I wish I could take credit for it, but it wouldn't be true. It was my volunteers, my early on volunteers, who came to me and said, we have so many lifelong Republicans and so many conservatives who want to join us. So we started calling them the walk withs, meaning they walk with those who walk away. And I got to tell you, it's such an important and crucial piece of our movement and what we do. Because those of us who have walked away from the Democratic Party, I mean, we can kind of laugh about it. It's kind of a joke, but in a way, it's also kind of serious. It's not unlike leaving a cult. When you leave the Democratic Party, you are going to lose friends. You're going to lose family. You're going to lose job opportunities. And most of us who left the left went through that. And what a blessing it has been to be able to walk away from the left and lose so much, but to have people walk with us on the other side, to be able to walk into the open arms of so many beautiful people, independents, libertarians, conservatives, Republicans, who have embraced us and welcomed us into this movement. So tonight, you'll be hearing about walkaways, you'll be hearing about walk-withs, and my hope is that by the time tonight is over, everyone in this audience will consider yourself a walk-with part of this movement. And by God, if you're still a Democrat, I hope you'll be a walk-away by the end of this event as well. And so, with that, you're going to learn a lot tonight about our movement, who we are, what we do. But I wanted to just welcome you all, say thank you so much to our amazing hosts for this event, and I hope you enjoyed tonight. Thank you all so much.
Please welcome OAN's top-rated truth teller and longtime supporter of the Walkaway movement, Dan Ball.
Everybody! I was the guy back there bugging you with the microphone. I can't really see, it's so bright, but I know we have a beautiful crowd because I met most of you when you came in. I met Brandon, and I'm one of those walk-withs. I grew up in a small Northwest Ohio town. Folks got divorced when I was a little kid, about 49 years ago, I think. I was 2, and my sweet, sweet Mennonite, Republican, Reaganite grandmother raised me. So I had no choice but to be a Republican, okay? It's been that way for 51 years. But I started a talk show on OAN, the One America News Network, back in 2020. And Brandon had been out there, obviously, for about 2 years since his famous video, Walking Away. That was after the crying video when Hillary lost in 2016. I love to tease him about the crying video, of course. And I met a few of you tonight who said, you are former Democrats, and you cried that day too. And look, here you are in this beautiful home. By the way, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Trout. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how we originally met. We're trying to figure that out. But my wife works with me. She's my booker and producer of my show. And we were watching, I think, videos. And we somehow got a hold of Brandon, and I just talked to him briefly. And I said, we got to put this guy on the show all the time and talk about what he's doing. There's already a lot of us, but because of the profession I've been in for 33 years, and I say now I'm opposition media, not mainstream media, thank God, I woke up. Because of them, you have people like Brandon and others, especially young people today because of the social media, that have been brainwashed for years and years. They've lost all common sense. They don't know because, again, they grab that phone, they're on X, they're on whatever, and if they're already looking at left-leaning crazy ideology, it's brainwashing them more. The algorithm does that. If they watch CNN or MSNBC or the big old three, like a lot of us did growing up, they're also brainwashed because those networks, as I can tell you, because I used to work for them, lie to you every single day. I mean every day. I just called and texted a friend that works in the LA market last night, and I was watching one of her reports, and I was like, how could you? And she was like, what do you mean, Dan? I'm like, how could you? You know what you just reported today was, I won't say what I said to her. And then she chuckled and blew it off like no big deal. This is the problem. And so you need campaigns like what Brandon's doing with Walkaway to fight that machine, because social media and the mainstream media are, to me, the biggest enemies of truth, and they're one of the biggest enemies of keeping the republic free. Because we all think we have free speech, and we think that they're this fourth state that tells us the truth, right? Because, well, you can't trust the government. But the fourth state, these days, to me, is even more corrupt than some of the folks in Washington, D.C., or in your capital here in Texas. Let's be real. The media, I mean, what's the trust level right now? 23% approval, 19%, they're worse than Congress. And so when I met Brandon, I said, I'm all in. That's why when he calls me and says, hey, we're doing something in New York, we're doing something in D.C., we're doing something in Palm Beach, we're doing something in Dallas, I'm there to support him. I took the day off, didn't do my show tonight because he needed me here. And so what I'm hoping tonight, am I past my 5, by the way, Brandon? Nobody's flashing anything, I'm good. I'm hoping tonight that you will get out those credit cards, those checkbooks. There is a little barcode I think they have to scan and donate. But even moreover than the cash, which he needs to spread the message and do events and do rallies like he's been doing in New York to get that psycho not elected in New York City. We all know who I'm talking about. He also needs you to spread the word. That's the key. There's a lot of us walking withs. We need more of that side to walk away. We need to just talk to them like Charlie did, peacefully with love, right? I don't always do that. I'm a little rough around the edges, but we got to peacefully talk to them and try to show them just some common sense that the conservative, America First, MAGA, whatever movement you want to call it. For me, it's just being a patriot. I served my country years ago as a journalist in the military. And for me, just like Charlie, I love that phrase of faith, family, and country. That should be all of our creeds. If you're true patriots, it should be faith, family, and country. And I can tell you, knowing Brandon like I do, and then seeing the people that come out to his events. And this is a little different, it's a fundraiser. But when he has his events where the thousands of Walkaway people, like in those videos, actually come out, you look at those people and you're like, this is America. This is a huge swath of Americana. This is what our movement's about. I don't see just a bunch of, like the left and the media would like to portray, a bunch of old, rich, white, racist people that are misogynistic and xenophobic. And that's not who we are, number one, and that's not what the Walkaway campaign is. It is filled with beautiful Americans of every color, race, creed, gender, you name it. And so please, tonight, help the Walkaway campaign grow bigger and better than ever. I'm Dan Ball. My show's on every night at 7 Texas time. It's called Real America on the One America News Network. Thank you so much for having me out. God bless all of you, and God bless America. Thank you, guys.
What does this sign mean to you?
You know, black women are probably the least respected in America. Their voices aren't heard. Their issues aren't paid attention to. Many white women look beyond their own personal interests, and they leave black women out of the conversation. And I think America needs to change about that.
What are we not trusting them to do right now?
How to care for our country, how to care for each other, how to stand up and fight for things that aren't right.
Millions of black women voted for Trump. Should we trust them?
I'll take your hand in mine through the...
I don't think that's true. Millions of black women voted for Trump?
Way too many. Way too many. It is...
Should we trust them?
I don't know.
Maybe not trust black women then.
That's not true. I do trust black women.
Who'd vote for Kamala Harris?
I think... He wants to know if I trust the black women who voted for Trump.
I think they voted against their own interests, so it's really hard to put the idea of trust together with someone who is continuing to vote against themselves, right?
So it sounds like they don't have very good judgment.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it's not having good judgment. I don't think they necessarily connect the dots, and I do...
They're stupid.
No, they're not stupid, but I think it's...
No, I'm just asking because... But it is hard to trust people who are stupid and have bad judgment, right? And black women who vote for Trump are stupid and have bad judgment.
Nope, we did not say that. Nope.
I think they don't connect the dots, and so they're looking at only certain things and thinking that's important, and not connecting the dots.
It sounds like those black women need to be educated by white women like you.
Yeah, not true. Not.
They just need a good white woman to come in and tell them what's up.
You're putting words in our mouths again, and you're trading it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that.
This idea that white people are going to be the white saviors. pisses me off.
But if white women like you don't educate them, how are they ever going to learn to vote the way that they're supposed to vote?
You know, as a white woman, I'm happy to help educate and talk to people, but it's not my job to go convince somebody else.
I hope you're able to get through to some of those untrustworthy, stupid black women. Good luck.
Please welcome a black woman you can trust. And she voted for Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, Shemica Michelle.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for one of those white women to tell me what I need to say up here tonight. Born to a young girl who was raped at 14, many would believe I shouldn't be standing here today. In fact, the Democrats and some of those women that you just saw on the screen would have told my mother that I needed to be aborted. They would have said to her, "It's your body, your choice." But the reality is, it wasn't her body. It was my body, my mind, and my spirit. And before God formed me in my mother's womb, He knew me. He knew who I would end up. He knew who I would be. And He said, "It is good." He knew that I would learn how to twirl the baton at 6 years old and go on to be a certified coach of the United States Twirling Association. He knew that. He knew that one day I would be listed for the who's who of American high school students. He knew that. And he also knew that although I had black skin, one day I would break the chains and walk away from the Democrat Party. You see, he knew that I had the guts to walk alone or to walk with God instead of walking with the crowd going in the wrong direction. He knew that. So I was destined to be here. I was destined to walk away. And let me tell you, it was one of the most powerful decisions I have ever made. It was powerful because, can you understand? Dan was just here saying this is how he was raised. This is how his grandmother raised him. Can you imagine saying, this is not how I was raised? I am supposed to be with the 90% that vote Democrat or who have voted Democrat for the last 50 or 60 years. I'm supposed to be with them. Can you imagine the power that I feel saying, no, that's not the right way. You guys are wrong. You're so left that you're falling off the cliff and I just can't get with it anymore. Can you imagine what I had to face, what I have to face every day? The calls of being an Uncle Tom, the calls of being a coon, the calls of saying, oh, all skin folk ain't kin folk. The calls of telling me that I'm wrong, that I need to get back on the plantation. They don't say that because they don't like it, but I understand that it was the Democrats that started the KKK, and I understand that it was the Democrats that wanted us, my ancestors, to stay in slavery, and I understand now that they don't like it that I understand I'm free. They don't understand that I like knowing that this is also my country, this is also my land. They don't like that. They want me standing somewhere with my hand out and begging and saying, please, can you give me? Please, will you do? Please, will you help me? They don't like that I said I can pull myself up by my sparkling bootstraps. And I can walk in power, and I can walk in freedom, and I can have the freedom of speech and say, this is America, and I'm going to stand for America all day, every day. They don't like that. But there has been power in that decision. You know why? Because guess what, Democrats? I can change my mind and I could walk away and I could go with what I understand is right, and you can't snatch me back and hold me captive and tell me what to do, because it's my body, my choice. And I'm grateful for Walkaway. This has been an amazing organization to work for or to work with, and I had no idea initially that I had even walked away. I thought my thoughts were common sense, only to understand that common sense isn't so common. I had no idea. I was shocked. You know, I thought that my values actually lined up with the way that I was voting until I saw the White House in rainbows. And I said, oh, maybe that's not exactly what I thought. I was wrong. But it's been so nice to actually be able to turn around and to do something different and link arms with people who think the way that I do. Instead of being grouped by the melanin in my skin, it's just been very freeing. It's been freeing to actually link with people who see the world the way that I do, who sees America the way that I do, and who wants America to stand. And so if you support this idea, please support Walkaway, because it's not easy. It's not easy to just say, you know what? I'll stand against my family. I'll stand against friends that I've had for decades who decide, I don't know if I want to be friends with her anymore because she's pro-life. She's pro-country. She's pro-freedom of speech. It sounds silly, but I'm telling you, these people are so far gone that they don't want to be friends with people who actually link with freedom, with God, and with country, who believe in family. So it's not easy to do that. So if you have the ability to support this organization, realize that you are supporting people like myself that get hate every single day, that walk alone every single day. But again, I would rather walk alone than walk with a crowd in the opposite direction, because that's not where it should be. And I'm so grateful that I have that opportunity to make a better decision. On this side, there is life. There is liberty. There is hope. I'm telling you, y'all think y'all have black fatigue? I'm telling you, you have no idea what it's like to live that life every single day. Y'all have black fatigue, I have black exhaustion. I'm so tired, and I'm working hard every day just to present a better way, to say, you know what the left is feeding you is death. The end is death. I don't know why they call it diversity, equity, and inclusion. It should really be DIE, because everything the left touches dies. So again, I am here. I didn't see the ladies telling me what I needed to say. Yeah, liberal white women, are you back here? Liberal white women, is it okay? Say yes, it's okay. Yes, I could walk away. Why? Because it's my body, my mind, my choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to laugh and cry, get chased by Antifa, get raided by the FBI, thrown in jail, and rise from the ashes to keep on taking down the Democratic Party. Welcome back to the stage, Brandon Straka, to take you on the journey of Walkaway.
Thank you. In the year 2016, in the month of November, I voted for Hillary Clinton. Thank you. Yeah, I know. That was after I voted for Barack Obama twice. Yeah, see, it gets worse. Yeah. But that same day, in that same month, in that same year, something else happened to me. Something far worse than anything else that had ever happened in American history.
Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, November the 8th, 2016.
Clinton or Trump? It's time for America to decide.
Hillary Clinton is the winner in for about 3 electoral votes. Donald Trump, while Beaver Jack will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote.
Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States elect.
I was working at the time as a hairstylist in New York City, and naturally, the day after the election, in order to be able to cope with what had just happened, I had to cancel all of my appointments and take a personal wellness day. Because after all, I was in no condition to be anywhere near scissors or bleach. And so I did what any calm, rational, clear-thinking person would do. I got on Facebook Live, and I started crying.
I rolled over, I found out that he won, and I didn't sleep the rest of the night, and I had to cancel my day today because I can barely function right now, and I couldn't take clients, and I don't know, I need a hug.
I had braces at the time, just, you know. It's hard to believe that just 1 year later, this.
Once upon a time, I was a liberal.
I started Walkaway after making the startling realization that almost everything that I believed in my entire life was nothing more than a carefully constructed narrative installed into public consciousness with meticulous deceit by the media, the entertainment industry, and various systems of propaganda in our culture. When I realized that not only was I being lied to, but that the media and the Democrats had concocted a formula to manipulate every minority community with a steady diet of fear-mongering and deception, I became outraged, and I decided to do something about it. So on May 26th of 2018, I put out a 6-minute video detailing all of the reasons why I was walking away from the Democratic Party, and I launched a Facebook group, encouraging people to create their own walkaway videos and share their own stories. Nothing like it had ever been done before. Utilize the power of social media and testimonial videos to create a movement for people to walk away from a political party together as a community. I was determined to make my idea work. I was focused on only one thing: make sure every person in this country knows the name #Walkaway, no matter what it takes. So I did hundreds of interviews day and night for the first 5 weeks, waiting for my big break. And finally, on July 2nd, 5 weeks after I launched the movement, opportunity called.
Well, not everybody on the left is on board with where the left is going. Brandon Straka has spent years as a liberal. He recently released a new video encouraging other progressives to walk away.
I thought that CNN told the truth. I thought MSNBC told the truth. I thought Rachel Maddow told the truth. So what I've done is I've created a testimonial campaign utilizing video and written testimonials. This is happening right now on Facebook. It's called the #Walkaway campaign.
And now there's this in this grassroots movement.
He's learned how to say my name since then. From there, we were off to the races. Walkaway testimonials began flooding in by the hundreds, and suddenly everybody was talking about hashtag Walkaway.
Well, not everybody on.
And now there's this, a new grassroots movement urging Democrats who are fed up with their party to hashtag Walkaway. It's called the Walkaway movement, and it's gaining serious momentum.
Brandon Straka. I want you to remember that name because it's a very important guest and a very important interview. You, Brandon, have started a movement called the Walkaway movement.
The Walkaway movement continues to gain traction online. It's Brandon Straka, who has created quite a stir in recent days.
There's a burgeoning new online movement billing itself as hashtag Walkaway, where once proud liberals denounce their former political identity as the left is moving further and further away from something called reality.
Almost immediately, an attack was initiated against us. In early July, the left-wing media began churning out a blitzkrieg of articles stating that Walkaway was a Russian disinformation campaign and that the hashtag was not being used by real people, but by Russian bots at Vladimir Putin's direction. But it quickly became much more unhinged. Within weeks, the left-wing media began reporting that the people in Walkaway testimonials were paid actors and models from stock photos. It was shocking, but back then my team and I thought it was somewhat funny. I felt a sense of pride to be so threatening to the left that they would engage in this type of outlandish attempt to discredit me and Walkaway. What we didn't know then, and didn't find out until many years later, was that the Walkaway is Russian propaganda narrative didn't originate from a bunch of leftist hacks in the mainstream media. This lie was created by agents within our own CIA and DHS, including Department of Homeland Security Undersecretary Suzanne Spalding. All I knew at the time was that I was one person up against the entirety of the mainstream media who were organizing to invalidate this fledgling movement. I knew I had to fight back with a tactical response, and then it dawned on me. If they're going to try to delegitimize us by creating a false narrative that Walkaway is not real people, then let's do a march on Washington. Real people marching together in the streets of DC, holding signs, flags, and banners, marching away together, marching away from the dishonest left together. We brought thousands of people to DC for the Walkaway March on Washington, a weekend so unique and so powerful that President Donald Trump tweeted out, "Walkaway movement marches today in DC. Congratulations to Brandon Straka for starting something very special." The success of the Walkaway March proved what I already knew. Walkaway is a real force with legs that stretch far beyond social media. It was time to get on the ground and start bringing the message to the people where it's most needed. So I began gathering powerful voices from various communities together and traveling the country doing town halls, debates, rallies, college campus tours, and much more. In 2019, Walkaway produced 24 of these events, spoke at a dozen colleges, and produced our own video series, The Hard Truth. 5-minute videos with former liberals taking on different leftist lies or cultural myths and fighting Marxist lies with the thing that they hate the most, the truth, and setting the record straight. In 2020, COVID hit, and we were put under lockdown. BLM was ravaging our country with violence and destruction, and nobody seemed to know what to do. So the Walkaway team, just a skeleton crew of a few people, got to work creating what we called Rescue America rallies. The message was simple. If the left is allowed to go outside to burn, loot, and destroy while the rest of us are ordered to stay inside, we will not comply. We will not give up our country willingly to the radical left. So in the midst of a shutdown, we embarked on 19 rallies in 19 major cities across America. By midsummer 2020, the violent assaults on our nation by BLM and Antifa had become a daily occurrence. On August 27th, my team and I traveled to Washington, D.C. for an event, and this was where we were assaulted by BLM for the first time.
So I was a guest last night at the White House for the close of the RNC convention to watch President Trump's speech. It was a magical evening. Everything was absolutely incredible. 4 of the people who were with the BLM mob that was harassing the majority of the people as they were leaving walked up to Mikey Harlow, spit in his face. They threw a drink at me, threw a cup in my face, and then they actually hit Libby Albert, the girl who was with me. They called us the anti-gay F word about 3 or 4 times, as you can see in that video. I would like to ask some of those in media, gay people like Anderson Cooper, Don Lemon, and Andy Cohen, do you have anything to say about the fact that 2 gay men were attacked last night by Black Lives Matter? Because you guys have been really supportive of this organization. I'd love to know what you think about that now that 2 people in your community were attacked by this organization.
It's a fair question.
2 days later, we traveled to San Francisco for our next Rescue America rally, which was a march across the Golden Gate Bridge. BLM and Antifa came dressed as Walkaway supporters and marched with us across the bridge. Then on our trip back across, they made their true intentions known when members of the group began tearing up our signs and charged at me screaming, "F you, Brandon!"
Tensions flared on the Golden Gate Bridge today. Demonstrators joining a nationwide grassroots movement billed as walking away from anti-police protests, social discord, and the radical left.
If you guys want to go loot some stores, you're in the wrong place. You need to go do your smashing and looting down the street.
The demonstration was spearheaded by conservative activist Brandon Straka, billed as a rally to rescue America in opposition to the Black Lives Matter movement.
If there is any legitimate concerns that they have, it's all getting lost in the violence, it's getting lost in the looting, it's getting lost in the beatings and the killings. If they have legitimate concerns, they need to find a different way to express them, because all they're doing right now is repelling people from their cause.
Back up. A handful of counter-protesters were taken into custody.
Thankfully, Walkaway's very own Big Nick was there to step in. Big Nick was there to step in and prevent me from being attacked. Almost every event we've done has been fraught with some type of peril. Antifa groups find out that we're coming and harass the venues and vendors until they cancel us, sometimes even on the day of the event, but we don't quit. We always find a way, even if we have to hold the event on the sidewalk in front of the venue that canceled us, like one of our town hall events also in San Francisco, where we were met by dozens of Antifa who came to break our sound equipment, blare sirens in our ears, flip us off, swear in our faces, or just shriek into the night like the now infamous screaming bald girl. Aren't they cute? As they say in Dallas, bless her heart. Be sweet now. What happened to us right here in Dallas marked one of the scariest and most eye-opening incidents I've ever experienced. First, BLM came to our rally and charged our stage. Then afterward, my team and I were chased for 5 blocks by a mob of more than 20 BLM anarchists who threw bottles at us, broke our phones, and screamed and threatened our lives.
We're being chased by a mob of people outside the police station, a mob of Black Lives Matter protesters. They've already thrown shit at us. We're trying to get away from them. You don't get the opportunity. Tell your ass.
They fucking run! Fucking phone down. Give me that damn phone! Give me that phone! Fucking go! Yeah, you stupid fuck! Are you a dumb bitch? You're a minority just like you're not a part of the community at all!
Motherfucker, this ain't time for fucking conversation!
It's time for you to get the fuck out of here!
Fucking go!
major news outlet was there. ABC, CBS, NBC, and others. They all witnessed and filmed what had happened. But that night, every news network presented BLMs as the victims of a racist attack and mentioned nothing about what they did to us. And that's when I knew there were forces at work far more nefarious than just fake news. They're not just enabling it, they are it. The media is part of the Marxist revolution to destroy America. On January 6, 2021, I was a scheduled speaker at a permitted event on Capitol grounds. When I arrived at the Capitol, the barricades had already been fully opened, and the doors on the east side of the Capitol were also open. I stood outside of the building for 8 minutes shooting a video of a crowd of people walking into the open doors. I never entered the Capitol on January 6th. I never engaged in any violence, vandalism, theft, or destruction, nor did I witness any. In fact, nothing I witnessed could be described as a riot by an honest person, and I certainly did not engage in any rioting. But 2.5 weeks later, a team of FBI agents in tactical gear stormed my apartment at dawn, got me out of bed, put me in handcuffs, and took me to jail. The government charged me with multiple felonies, and I was threatened with the now infamous 1512 obstruction of an official proceeding felony, the unconstitutional and unethical 20-year felony charge that was used to torment J6ers into taking plea deals and put them in prison for years. And so, I pled guilty, and I signed the government's thoroughly false statement of my offense. The government said that I stood outside of the Capitol shouting, "Go, go, go," to encourage people to enter the Capitol. They said that I witnessed the crowd taking a shield from an officer and that I shouted, take it," to encourage the crowd. None of these things were true. The lies about January 6th and my involvement were used as an excuse to systematically annihilate me and Walkaway. Facebook banned the original Walkaway campaign group, which had now grown to over 511,000 members, with tens of thousands of videos and written testimonials, all gone in an instant. Both I as an individual and Walkaway as an organization were permanently banned by PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, Patreon, our donor portals, 5 different email services. So we lost our ability to process payments from any of our donors and our supporters, including our monthly recurring donors, and we lost the ability to contact them and even tell them it had happened. So we went nearly 8 months without processing a single donation in 2021. Upon getting out of jail, I was evicted from my apartment by its liberal building owner. I was placed on a terrorism watch list, meaning hours of security screening at the airport and being accompanied by air marshals on every flight. The government put me and every other January 6th defendant on a registry, like we're sex offenders, creating dossiers on each and every one of us, which appeared as the first search result when you would search my name. The communist psychopaths and the leftist media reported with deceptive glee that I had flipped on MAGA and turned people in to secure a plea deal so I could get a light sentence. This was a lie. I was sued by a Soros-funded law firm in DC under the KKK Act, alleging that I am a white supremacist who went to the Capitol to attack black Capitol police officers. It cost me $150,000 to defend myself and 2.5 years of lawfare torment, but I prevailed against them in that case. While simultaneously fighting for our lives and our survival these past 4.5 years, my team and I never gave up. We never stopped working. We rebuilt everything that was taken from us. New donor portals, payment processors, email services. Since January 6, 2021, we have produced dozens of events all over the country. We have talked to Gen Z, moms, mayors, Indians, first responders, Hispanics, and more. We have brought Walkaway into churches, temples, synagogues, and mosques. There is literally nowhere I won't go and nothing I won't do to bring the light of freedom and liberty that Walkaway brings to all people. And after a nearly 5-year legal battle that every person around me told me to let go of because I would surely lose, Facebook has been forced to reinstate the Walkaway campaign and all of our videos and testimonials that were taken. Because when I make up my mind to fight, I don't let go. Last year, I released my new video, 6 years later, Why I Still Walk Away, which has gotten over 10 million views online and a thank you from President Trump. My team and I then conducted a geo-targeting campaign, texting the video directly to the phones of thousands of moderate Democrats and undecided voters in key swing states leading up to the 2024 presidential election. We toured colleges around the nation, going into leftist hotbeds to share our stories of why we left liberalism and the Democrat Party with America's young, vulnerable adults. But perhaps what I'm more proud of than anything is that Walkaway campaign has permanently and indelibly changed the culture and fabric of our country forever. 6.5 years ago, when I and the first Walkaways stood up, spoke out, and shared our stories, we were brutalized for it. We lost our friends, our families, the futures we had planned for ourselves, and we were ostracized, ridiculed, and attacked. But as hundreds of thousands of people joined Walkaway and shared their stories publicly, we changed the tone, the temperature, and the zeitgeist of the last 7.5 years, making it not only safe and secure and no longer isolating to walk away from the Democratic Party and to talk about it, but at this point, we've made it cool. It's the thing to do. And that's what's led us to this moment when it's not only everyday citizens walking away, but national figures like Tulsi Gabbard. Elon Musk, RFK Jr., and state-level politicians like Georgia State Rep. Misha Meaner, and California State Senator Gloria Romero, and perhaps most excitingly of all, Hollywood stars walking away like Russell Brand and Justine Bateman and Drea De Matteo. We will continue to fight day after day to save our country from the destruction of the radical left and grow this movement of free thinkers who choose to walk away. And ground zero for our fight right now is New York City, as we have organized over 600 volunteers and over a dozen events in New York to save the economic capital of the world from takeover by a radical, anti-American communist. New York City already has a crime problem, but Zoran Mamdani, he'd make it worse. He doesn't just want to defund the police. He wants to decriminalize almost every misdemeanor. Assault, shoplifting, illegal weapons, public drug use, trespassing, harassment, all of it downgraded or ignored. That's Mamdani's New York. Picture this. You get robbed, harassed, or threatened, and the guy who did it walks. Because under Mamdani's plan, it barely even counts as a crime. It tells criminals, do whatever you want, while regular New Yorkers are left unprotected. And look what's already happening. Felony assaults are up 40% since 2019. Transit crime is up 53% since last year. You feel it every time you're riding the subway or trying to walk through Times Square at night. Now imagine if the rules don't even matter. This isn't about politics, it's about safety. Whether you're opening your shop, riding the train, or walking home, every New Yorker deserves protection. But socialism, Mamdani's ideology, always ends the same. More crime, less order, zero accountability. Just ask history. Venezuela, Cuba, the Soviet Union, everywhere where socialism takes hold, economies crumble, freedom disappears. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mamdani's agenda isn't bold, it's reckless. And if we don't stop it now, we lose the city we love. This fight is about safety, sanity, and survival. We can't and we won't let socialism steal New York. But see, my fight for New York isn't just about Mamdani. It's about protecting our whole country from the rising threat of the Marxist left and their push to make America a socialist nation. This fight is for all of us. And in conclusion, I'll leave you with this. The Walkaway team now believes that two key truths about conservative politics must be accepted, embraced, and put into action as a way of life going forward. Number one, every year is now an election year. And number two, every election is now a national election. We must be involved in all of these elections, and not just for 3 months every 2 or 4 years. We must support those out doing the groundwork year-round, every year, because the left never stops. They don't take election years off. They don't take weekends off. They are working every single day to reshape this country and their image. And if we don't match their persistence, their passion, and their funding, we lose. Today, more than 40% of Americans say they no longer recognize the country that they grew up in. More than half of voters now say they're open to leaving the party they've always supported. And that's the battlefield. That's our opportunity. Walkaway is uniquely positioned to reach these people because we've been them. We know their doubts, we know their fears, and we know what it takes to open their eyes. But to do that, to reach millions more, to fund our media, our college tours, our town halls, our debates, our ads, and our outreach, we need your help. We don't have George Soros. We don't have Hollywood, but we have you. Every time you donate to Walkaway, you're not just giving money to an organization. You're fueling a movement that saves people, rescues truth, and changes hearts and minds. We've already proven what's possible. Over 750,000 Americans have joined Walkaway. Over 80,000 have shared their stories with us. Thousands of people at live events, marches, and rallies. And today, Walkaway is recognized as a political force, not because the establishment helped us, they didn't, and they never will, but because you did. So tonight, I'm asking you, help us take this to the next level. Help us reach the next million people ready to walk away from the lies. Because when we fund truth, we win. When we stand together, we win. And when we refuse to give up, America wins. And I invite you to stand with us, partner with us, fuel this movement. Because the Walkaway story isn't just my story anymore. It's yours too now. It belongs to America.
So stand up, tell every truth, blow every whistle, sound every alarm, never shut up, never back down. Speak out now while you still can. This is our last chance to save America. Because once your freedom is gone, it's gone, and you'll never get it back. Once upon a time, I was a liberal. But liberalism is destroying us, so I will stand and fight for my values of unity, equal opportunity, personal empowerment, compassion, freedom, and love. So I continue to walk away, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Join us, unite, share your stories, walk away.
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 Walk away. Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
Hey, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
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 Hey, my friend.
I wish I could be there to celebrate with you today. Congratulations on your freedom after this political persecution. I'm just so honored to be able to call a fighter like you friend.
My friend, congratulations. It is incredible because doesn't it feel like things are finally moving in the right direction? Donald Trump has just been inaugurated 3 days ago as our 47th president. And now here you are, absolutely deserving of every second of the rest of your life.
Congratulations, you've been through hell, but you came out of hell.
You made it. You made it. You survived.
I gotta tell you, Matt and I are just so happy for you that this stage, this chapter is done with. We can move forward. We are so done with the horrific lawfare that has occurred to you and to so many people who we love.
I'm just here to wish you so well on no longer being a criminal. That's a splendid thing.
I was sitting at my kitchen table going through my mail pile of actual physical letters, which some people still write. And at the very bottom was a 4-page handwritten letter. It was from Brandon, and it was the smartest, first of all, beautifully written, most sincere, most deeply troubling thing I had read in a long time, and I immediately contacted him, I think that night.
It's disgusting what they've done to people, the harm they've inflicted on good Americans and their families.
And even though you had to go through, you know, some of the trials of Job, right? I think God, he allows his kids that he loves and that he knows can handle it. He allows them to go through some trials, and you did.
I was shocked that anybody in this country could go through what he went through and I wouldn't have heard about it. Like, it made you wonder how many people like that are in this country being persecuted by those in power because they've said inconvenient things. He's certainly one of them.
You have no idea, before I even met you, you inspired me many, many years ago when you started the Walkaway movement. You kept me going through some really tough times. And so I just want to thank you for going through what you've gone through and holding your head high and being a hero.
Honestly, my love, we've been through a lot, haven't we? We've walked a long road, and Walkaway really was the start of something super special that has ended up where we are today.
I'm so proud that you continued on in spite of all of the things they threw your way.
This is to you, my friend, one of the bravest Americans I know.
I've always said, if you are not being subpoenaed, depositioned, jailed, imprisoned, lawfared to death during this time in history, maybe you're not doing enough. And we know you've done a lot.
The fact that he has survived all of this, and the details are, as anyone watching this probably knows, are shocking. But that anyone has survived that and then thrived with his dignity and clarity intact is a remarkable achievement and something worth celebrating. And I wish I was there to celebrate in person.
I want to thank you for everything you've done. Your Walkaway movement is absolutely fantastic. I know you're reinvigorating it, and what was done to you, of course, was terrible. It was absolutely awful.
Everything you've gone through, you are unstoppable. Walkaway is stronger than ever.
You are free, my friend. You are done with all the nonsense. I am sorry for all you went through, but for those of us who understood what they were doing to you, we never for a second wavered.
I'm thankful that you kept pushing forward and that you believed that good would come of it. Thankful that all this madness has come to an end for you. And brother, I'm still praying for you, that God would continue to use you powerfully, mightily, that you continue to be a voice for this generation.
You remind me of another person I know. His name is President Donald Trump. We can say that now.
Can you see where I am? Just walked out of the White House after my 4th day working for President Trump, the man who's changed everyone's life for the better.
Trump back in the White House, you being free as a little bird, and I look forward to loads more fun times together.
So congratulations. Onward and upward. There's so much to celebrate. There's so much to be happy for, but we are celebrating you today. So congrats, my friend.
I hope you will take my heartfelt congratulations as heartfelt, because they really are. Congratulations.
So congratulations. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you, but we'll see each other again soon, and a big hug and kiss coming your way.
We love you, and we are so excited for the next phase in your life.
So we in the Levin family, Julie is your biggest fan. We want to thank you and God bless you, and look forward to working with you in the future. Take care of yourself.
Have a cold one for me. God bless, Brandon.
Congratulations. That's the right thing to say after coming through something like this. But I'm proud of you, and I love you. So God bless you. We'll see you soon.
UCI students. Good afternoon, UC Riverside. Hello, Cal State Fullerton. We are the Walkaway campaign. We are the largest national movement of former Democrats walking away from the Democratic Party. You said that your concern was that by asking a question like this, it could inspire and prompt somebody to possibly go out and do something to someone else that could be harmful. Is that right?
That's right.
So I promise you, people wearing red MAGA hats are in way more danger than black people are in this country.
So
I promise you.
So I'm just wondering, like, when does the hate, like, really, like, stop becoming circular?
Your words are like, it's so disingenuous, and it's you're probably not even aware of it, but it's like out of one side of your mouth you're saying like, oh my God, the hate, we shouldn't have the hate, and why is it like this? And out of the other side of your mouth you're comparing the Republican Party to the KKK, to the what was it? Oh, the Proud Boys.
Please don't approach our table.
We're literally we're a melting pot. So yes, of course we're gonna look different. Of course we're gonna look so much more different. We are literally the epitome of a melting pot.
It's not about us looking different.
Yeah, it's not about us looking different, but if we don't have borders, how are we a country?
Here's the reality. When you don't have borders, you are welcoming different worldviews to come into this country that are incompatible with the U.S. Constitution. So if you value your freedom, you would want to know what those worldviews are.
Are billionaires paying their fair share? And so I guess the question becomes, what is their fair share? Because we know they're paying more than the rest of us are.
They should be paying even more.
Why?
And that's pretty fair, right?
Why should there be a penalty on being successful?
A lot of people.
I think part of the American dream is trying to strive to be wealthy, successful, and to not have limits on what one can achieve. But what you're trying to say is that, no, you should be penalized for being successful, and if you're too successful, you should be responsible for paying for everybody else too. Why? I don't understand.
So we're at UC Riverside, and we came out today to do our tabling event. The first thing that happened is that the school is telling us that we can't have amplified sound even though we got a permit in advance. So we're being told all of the other student groups are having amplified sound. We can't.
Walk away! Walk away! Walk away! Walk away!
For me, it's abortion. Black women abort their babies 4 times the rate of white women. So I would just argue, you know, how much do Black lives matter if they don't matter when they're the youngest? But we all here agree that Black lives matter. This is a question that is meant to spark discussion, because you can say Black lives matter, anyone can say Black lives matter, but if we don't actually walk the walk and put our money where our mouth is, like, what does it mean? It's just a Black lives matter. It's meaningless if the Black community is continuing to be harmed. I think we all here agree that we want the best for the Black community. This is not anything other than a question that's meant to spark discussion.
What do you guys think we should do to fix the state of healthcare in the United States?
I think Americans need to take more initiative by taking care of their health, and instead of relying on the government to do that for them. I think a big thing with the insurance industry is if you go to a doctor, you're limited within the confines of whatever insurance provider that you go with to get certain things done. So I would love to see people just take more care of their health instead of waiting until they're on their deathbed and they need to get something done, because the fact that we're pouring so much money into the healthcare system while we're so sick is a really big problem.
Do you think right now it's too Black?
No, I don't think it's too Black. I think the standards are wrong. I want the best people. If that's 100% Black people, great. But I don't think that somebody should be given points, whether it's in a hiring process, in an academic process, because they're of the color of their skin. And it's quite derogatory to do that, to think that Black people can't possibly compete on their own in a meritocracy.
My final question is, what do you think is the solution to the wealth inequality in America? A lot of us, for example, cannot afford basic groceries. That's a big issue, right? For example, things are getting more and more expensive because of like dumb tariffs that obviously is going to make things much more expensive.
My answer to the question, what to do about the wealth inequality problem, is stop voting for Democrats. That's my answer to that question. Let's move on, please. Thank you, sir.
She used to be a Democrat, but then she decided it would be more fun to be smart. Please welcome Walkaway walk star Gothix.
Hello, everybody. What is up with that AI voice? That was cringe, but thank you. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Gothix. My real name is Vanessa, don't worry. And if it wasn't obvious by the haircut, I used to be an ex-radical leftist, or now I am an ex-leftist. And, you know, I'm a Black woman, obviously. It's pretty clear. I'm like the poster child for the Democrat Party. And, you know, the reason I bring up my hair is because oftentimes some people on the right, they're like, is that She's with the other side? No, I'm not with them anymore. And looks can be deceiving. And this was one of the things that I learned when I was on the left, is that I, for the longest time, had been conditioned to believe that the left was the caring party, it was the tolerant party, it was the diverse and inclusive. I believed all of those things until around 2020, when I went through what I would describe as a radical worldview shift. And it started with something very minuscule, very silly, if I may. So Disney, they announced that they were going to have a live-action Little Mermaid movie. If you guys ever watched Little Mermaid growing up, one of my favorite cartoons. But pretty much the Little Mermaid is white. And they were going to cast a black actress. And the thing that I thought was very odd was that when I went online, people were calling one another racist for questioning why they were tokenizing this white character. And so I did what any person looking for intellectual discussion would do. I went on Twitter. And I posted a question. I said, hey, why are people calling everyone racist over just their opinion about this movie? And instantly, I was met with a barrage of insults ranging from, I'm anti-black, I'm problematic, and my favorite, coon. And so, after that, I said I feel like the response was not comparable to what I had said online. I just asked a very simple question. And so that kind of stuck with me. After a few months after me getting canceled by my fans, and a lot of friends stopped talking to me because they thought I was very problematic for that very minuscule statement online. A few months later, COVID started, as well as BLM. And so now I'm paying a little bit of attention because everyone's staying at home, flattening the curve, and I'm listening to the media say, on the one hand, we have to, stay home to protect the grandmas because they're going to get sick from COVID, but if you go out and protest against police brutality, then it's totally fine. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. And then as I keep watching, I start seeing people say, well, if you go to a Trump rally, that's a super spreader event. But if you go out to protest, you're doing a good thing because racism is a public health crisis or something like that. And so I just keep noticing these contradictions. And yet again, I decided to go back on Twitter. And I asked, what does stealing a 70-inch TV have to do about ending police brutality? And once again, I'm sure you know what the response was. I got hit with some more hate from people who were basically saying that I was paying attention to the wrong thing and we should be focusing on the racism instead. And it dawned on me, in both situations, with the Little Mermaid question and then the BLM stuff, I realized that all of this vitriol I was getting were from black leftists. And then I'm saying, wait a minute, I think there is something to this. I think there's something to their worldview. So I started to do my research, and eventually I landed on a book called Color, Communism, and Common Sense. It was written in the 1950s by a man by the name of Manning Johnson. And he used to be a Communist Party member, and he wrote a book basically detailing how communists since the 60s, even before that, have been trying to exploit the racial tensions of black Americans in this country to eventually tear this country apart. And some of the tactics ranged from infiltrating the church, infiltrating the education system, infiltrating civil rights causes and things of that nature. And so the more I kept reading, the more I'm seeing this play out in real time. I'm seeing a bunch of people who are being radicalized in front of me, and they don't even know why they're being radicalized. Like for me personally, when I voted for Obama, I voted for him because he was black. I knew nothing about his policies, but my worldview told me I am black, I must do what they say. And I did not understand why? And now I've come to realize that it is this conditioning that black Americans go through. And the scary part is, it's not just black folks that they do this to. They love to put people into categories and then exploit those categories by using fear. And that's why we have all the chaos that we have now. And so, where does the walkaway come in? Well, after finding all this information, I start panicking. I start going on social media, making videos and telling people, hey, they're trying to exploit us. And instantly I got labeled a tinfoil hat wearer. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm screaming at the wall right now. But I came across Walkaway, and I met a community of people that didn't insinuate that I was crazy. You know, they were willing to listen. They were willing to give me a platform, a voice. Brandon Straka has created something so special. because it allows people like me who used to think in a certain way to be able to think freely without feeling as though I need to think in a very narrow way like the Democrat Party loves to do, which is ironic because they always talk about, you know, fighting oppression and stuff like that. And I can't think of anything more racist than implying that black folks have to think in this very specific way. Yeah, the Walkaway campaign, they allowed me a platform. They allowed me to spread my message to help wake up other black leftists. And as you saw, we've been going to college campuses. And I think we're doing something what the left has been doing for generations, and that is that they know if you want to control the future, you got to control the youth. You got to get them when they're young. You got to like pump all this Marxism into the education system to build this worldview around them that is false. It's anti-American, it's godless, it's false. And so what Brandon is doing is he is fighting the good fight, and we need more people on the front lines who are willing to do that because these people are crazy, and we're gonna lose our country if we don't step up. So I know I'm all over the place with my speech. That's kind of what I do. That's kind of how I roll. I'm a content creator. But if you guys want to save America, and I certainly love this country, please consider donating to the Walkaway campaign. We need more resources. We need more help. We need more security, too. There's a lot of cray-crays out there. But yeah, I think that's really it. I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna go now.
You've heard people say it. Socialism just hasn't been done right yet. But the truth is, it's been tried over and over again, and it's failed every time. Venezuela once had the richest economy in Latin America. Then it embraced socialism. Within a decade, the currency collapsed and inflation hit 1.7 million %. People's savings became worthless. Grocery store shelves went empty and millions fled the country. In Cuba, socialism promised equality. What it delivered was poverty. Today, the average monthly salary there is under $20, and people stand in line for hours for basic goods. In the Soviet Union, over 100 million people died under socialist communist regimes. It wasn't bad luck, it was the system itself. Every time government takes control of production of wealth, freedom disappears and suffering follows. People say, we'll do it differently here, but every socialist experiment starts with the same promise and ends the same way. Shortages, corruption, collapse. So don't fall for the myth that socialism just needs the right people to make it work. It's been tested dozens of times in every continent, and it fails every time. Socialism doesn't lift people up, it pulls everyone down.
He was a lefty loser. Now he's a freedom chooser. Please welcome Walkaway walk star, Dwayne Moore.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in front of all of these great patriots who love America and came out to support a great cause. And can I get a loud round of applause for Brandon, who is truly an amazing human, an American patriot. So a little bit about me, my background. I worked in education as a teacher, working in the inner cities, worked as a professional model and actor, and I think I'm most proud that I'm a former libtard. I decided to leave the Democratic Party because facts have to speak louder than emotions. And if you want to see the first casualty of the Democrats' policies and Marxist communist ideology, you can look no further than the black community. My family has been in this country since at least the 1700s. I like to say I'm more American than apple pie. And when you see how the black community has been destroyed since the 60s, it's because of Democratic policies. We traded in business ownership for EBT cards. We traded in work ethic for thinking that everybody else is supposed to do something for us. And we traded in our Bible and God for a prayer to government and identity. And nothing has gotten better. I had kids that would tell me I didn't do my homework because the system is racist. And I'd say, that's why you didn't do your homework? Like, it wasn't a personal decision? But that was their justification, because we indoctrinate our youth. And I was one of those youth that thought that everybody that disagreed with me or looked different was racist. Republicans were against me. They wanted to put me in chains. But I realized that I was really mentally enchained to the Democratic plantation. I didn't look at policy, I looked at emotion. But when you look beyond that and you decide to walk away towards freedom, towards faith, towards family and country, you realize that what they're selling is really a roadmap to the destruction of the American way of life. And we couldn't stand for that any longer. So I'm extremely proud to walk away from the Democratic Party because truthfully, we need a new revolution in this country that redefines what it means to be an American, what it means to be patriotic, what it means to love your neighbor again. When you look at the left, everything is they hate you, they dislike you, and what have their policies done? In New York City, 7 out of 10 black kids can't read on grade level. 7 out of 10. Only 5% are graduating proficient in STEM. 5%. About 40% of the population, the black population, lives on government assistance. How is that freedom? When you can't afford to buy a home, you can't afford to feed your family, you have to wait on the government to do it for you. But that's what communists want. They want to give you the bare minimum while they seize your means of production, while they destroy small businesses, and they turn the United States of America into Cuba or Venezuela. And you can look at the black community as just proof that they will destroy this country. We had rising home ownership. We were one of the, I think we were going towards a beautiful place of making this American project, this idea that you can come from anywhere. You could be someone like me whose family came here in chains. And for me to be able to be on this stage, someone that was able to get a high quality education, someone that was able to travel the world, I'm my ancestors' wildest dream. But you would never understand or appreciate that if you listen to the rhetoric of the left. And they would rather call you a fascist, they'd rather call you names, in my world, a coon, rather than actually talk about their disastrous policies that have gotten us nowhere. So for me, I am so proud and honored to be able to be here. I actually met Brandon about a few weeks ago on Newsmax. And after we finished the segment, he said, hey, can you come to my event? I said, yeah. And now I'm here because I truly believe in this, this organization and this message, that we need more people to walk away. We need your support. We need you to donate. So if you thought you donated enough, add another 0 at the end of that check. And also, we need a lot of you to also run for office. I'm from New York City. My city, it looks like, might be taken over by a communist, but it's not done yet. We still got some more to go, especially with Brandon and Walkaway. Try to make a change. But we need more people to be a part of this system. Because without you, there is no United States of America. So I want to say thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Walkaway. Thank you for all of you for attending today. And I hope that you continue to fight for your liberty, continue to fight for justice, and make this country great again. Thank you so much.
So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program for tonight. So first of all, I want to thank you so much for hearing what we had to say, looking at what we've done, and getting a glimpse of all of this. I do want you to know I'm very proud of myself because the program I created was about 3 times longer than this. And my team was like, you got to cut some stuff. Like, it's too long. I can't. But I did. I cut, like, literally this would have been a 5-hour-long event. So be grateful. It could have been worse. Look, before I let you all go tonight, there's a couple of things I wanted to say. First of all, our friend Dan Ball is going to go back to the red carpet at the back of the room. Please, before you go tonight, honestly, this would mean the world to me. Stop by there for a minute or two and just give him a quick exit statement, because one thing we've never done before, and I told my team this was really important to me, I want to capture the reactions of people who'd never heard of Walkaway and now just found out about us. And just, I want to hear from you guys. Maybe, some of you feel like, wow, this is kind of mind-blowing. I didn't know this was happening. Maybe some of you have been following us for a long, long time. Please just stop by and give us a quick statement on the red carpet before you go. I would love it if you would do that. And the last thing I'm going to say is I'm going to talk very real with you for just a minute, and then I'll let you go. In our first year, back in 2018, 2019, we raised $1 million that year. And I thought thank you. I thought it was mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. People were just grabbed onto this idea, loved what we were doing, and said, get out there, get more people to walk away. Our second year was 2020. This was in the middle of an economic shutdown, in the middle of an alleged pandemic. We raised over $2 million our second year. And then 2 weeks into our third year, I was arrested by the FBI and thrown in jail. And that is when they began systematically taking away all of our systems, our donor portals, our payment processors, as I told you before. We had a very rough 2021, but we got through it. I'm incredibly proud. We didn't have to let any of our staff go. Everyone kept their jobs. Somehow we got through it, and somehow we kept working. And we've been slowly and steadily trying to rebound ever since then. But here's the truth. We have never raised more than just a little over $2 million in 1 year. We've never done that. And I think that the work that we're doing is unbelievable. I know organizations that are bringing in 10, 15, 20, $25 million a year, and I don't think they're doing what we're doing. And the thing is, I would love to get to the point where we're bringing in 10 million, 50. I want to grow Walkaway as big as we can possibly grow it. But the truth is, my dream budget for this organization isn't really that much compared to what other organizations are bringing in. If we could get to a point where we're bringing in $4 million a year, we could be getting millions of people from coast to coast to Walkaway. We could be doing 4 times the amount of work that we're currently doing right now, which I think is pretty tremendous. So I just wanted to let you know that. My goal, my dream right now is to get Walkaway to be a $4 million a year organization so that we can amplify our efforts and multiply them by 4. Let's get to 4 million, then we'll worry about 5, 10, 15. We'll worry about that in the future. But I just wanted to let you know everything that you've seen tonight, and I hope that we've impressed you to some degree or left a mark on your psyche about the work that we're doing. This has all been done by, I've never had more than 5 or 6 employees at a time, at one given time. I'd love to get to the point where we have 15, 20 people on our team, and we can be doing so much more. So please, when you think about the support that you might want to offer my organization, just remember that right now, we're still kind of hovering between that $1 to $2 million a year point because they really capped us at the knees after January 6th. If we can get to that $4 million mark, I think the sky is the limit to what we can do. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Kenny and Lisa Trout. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you all so much for this opportunity. And I will be very mad at all of you if you don't go to the red carpet right now. So thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Get home safe. Thank you.
Yep. Hey guys, Dan Ball back here on the red carpet. Brandon just finished up his closing statements at this amazing, what was this, just about 2.5 hour event where people from around the country, it wasn't just like Dallas socialites that came out to donate to this. There were people from around the country. You saw them live here just about 90 minutes ago on this red carpet talking about coming from South Carolina and New York and Florida and California to support Brandon, bigger mission to support the Walkaway campaign. And so Brandon put 2 calls to action out when he wrapped up tonight. The call to action was, come talk to me on the red carpet about what you learned about Walkaway. And the second was donate. So if you've been watching tonight online and you couldn't make it here to Dallas, there is a QR code. I'm sure they've put it up. 550, 5,000. You heard his dream. I mean, literally a couple to a few $1 million. For a lot of folks in this nation that have been blessed, that's not a big deal. Think about the difference that a few $1 million can make, where his team can be out there in all 50 states convincing, patriotic, God-fearing, family-first Americans to convert, if you will, or come out of the closet, or just use some common sense and walk away from that radical ideology, that anti-American, I would say, anti-God, anti-family movement of the Democrat Party and come over to the America First conservative movement. So let's find out what people learned tonight at the Walkaway campaign fundraiser here in Dallas. They're already lining up to tell me what they learned. It was a lot harder at the beginning to get them to talk. Now they want to talk. Get over here. Come on in. This is Ryan. Ryan, what'd you learn tonight?
Well, I've learned that so many people are walking away from just corruption and not understanding really even what they believed in. It's so amazing hearing Brandon's story, how he engaged with people to really just ask them, hey, do you even know what you believe in?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? And you know what? He's making sense to so many people, and it's great to see that. I'm just so excited. You know, I'm running for Congress in a district here that's currently a flip district, and so many people are going to learn how to do just that, carry his message. So I'm excited.
Walk away.
Absolutely.
It's common sense. That's the
It
two
is.
words I heard tonight from so many people, whether they were lifelong Republicans like me or they walked away a few months ago. They're like, what made me walk away is common sense versus Democrat and Republican. I keep calling it good versus evil.
People want safe streets. They want to be able to go to school, be able to talk common sense, learn things that can help their kids grow and actually have a job and actually make a difference in life. And so I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Ryan, what are you running for? What's the district?
I'm Republican Congressional District 32 right here in Texas.
District 32 in Texas. It's Ryan Binkley. We're putting it right there, Pastor. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. Yep. God bless you, man. Take care. Come on, girl. Let's go. You guys get in here. I love hearing these reactions. Kimberly and Zion, what did we learn tonight about Walkaway?
I learned a lot about Walkaway tonight. So I've been following Brandon and Walkaway for a little bit and didn't even realize I have for the last couple of years. And everything that's being done is absolutely phenomenal, telling everyone, from regardless of your background, that you can leave. This is where you belong. It's very empowering to me. And it's something that I would definitely love to be a part of and join the fight.
Beautiful. Love that. Zion, about you?
I just recently learned about Walkaway today. I had no clue about anything, but I think it resonates so well with me, the mission that Walkaway is carrying, because so many moderate Democrats don't realize the horrible things they're supporting and the party they're supporting that is after them, especially those that are my color and that have been conditioned their entire life to vote Democrat against a party that is against them. They don't even realize it. They just assume Republicans are racist and out for their worst interests.
What'd you think about my girl Shemica up there, my sister from another mister? What'd you think about her saying, because I've always loved this, that she's just so bold, like the Democrat Party literally thinks that black folks should be on a voting plantation. Like, if you don't vote Democrat, you're not a good black person. I mean, let's be right. Joe Biden said it, right? If you don't vote for Joe, you ain't black.
Right. That's it.
Dare they?
That's it.
Have you ever heard a Republican say that in the modern era?
Oh, it would never work.
Seriously.
It would be awful. Yeah, I love what she said, because I go through this daily. I'm on social media, and I'm always arguing with people and telling them there's a different choice, and this is not it. Democratic Party is not it. They have you enslaved, and you do not realize it. I get called a coon and everything else, and I keep moving on. So everything she said resonated with me completely.
Amazing.
There's nothing but love in the America First movement, guys. I'm telling you, nobody gives two you-know-whats about what you look like, your background, how much money you make, who you're sleeping with. It's about, again, like Charlie Kirk said, and I love that man, faith, family, country. Where are we bringing in color or religion or who you're sleeping with? No, we're talking about, can we have some faith in God above? Can we have a strong family unit, right? And can we support this amazing republic? Yeah, we've had our flaws over 250 years, but would you want to live anywhere else?
Absolutely not.
Which is not. And I ask Democrats and radical leftists that so much, and they can never give me another country
Go to Cuba.
rather live in. Right.
Go to London today. See what England looks like?
Yes.
England's going crazy.
Oh.
There's no free speech. They're arresting people for a Facebook post.
Right.
Thank you guys for coming out. That's amazing. I'm glad that you guys learned something tonight. Now go out and tell more liberals to walk away.
Will do. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That's awesome. Uh-oh, she's back. Rebecca, I remember her. She was our first interview of the night. Now let's find out what she learned and if she's more energized than before, Rebecca.
I'm definitely more energized, and I learned how much more he was involved in the other events he's done, because I've seen him, like you said, on One American News and the different stations, and I'm just more and more excited about all the progress going forward.
Well, we hope that you will spread the word and help other people walk away.
I definitely will. I've been very involved in Dallas politics, GOP, and Texas politics, and I attended the RNC last summer, and I intend to stay involved and just get him more and more involved.
God bless you, Rebecca.
More involved with him, I should say. He couldn't
Thank
be
you.
more involved. Thank you for supporting
Thank you so
him.
much. Appreciate you so much. Uh-oh, I see a familiar face. Get over here. Isabella DeLuca, conservative social media influencer, beautiful soul. We love her. She's been on the show with me before and done a lot of events with Brandon as well. Brought some friends with her. You guys already know what the movement's about. Well, you do. I don't know about these Texas boys. So can I, even though I was taught ladies first, Can I ask them what they learned? Because you already supported her, Brandon. You know what the movement's about.
Yes,
Let's
go
ask
for it.
these
Ask
Texans if John, and what's your name, brother? Jocko and John. All right. What did you guys learn tonight about the movement, and will you support it now and promote it?
So I'll be totally honest with you. I did not know what I was walking into or anything like that. I came in here open-minded, ready to learn and everything like that. Being on the board of Dallas Young Republicans, right, it's an important thing for people to get educated on what's going on. The political persecution, I think that is so important, right? Because this is happening to young people all over our country. And that's our demographic, right? Dallas Young Republicans is anyone from the age of 18 to 45. Well, this happened to people from 18 and 16 all the way to, and
they were going after a California grandma.
Yeah, so seeing that and also seeing the young people and Brandon talking about having to get $150,000 to fight a legal battle. Yeah. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how anyone in my group is going to do that. We had 250 people at our meeting last week, okay? We sell out at our events in 10, 15 minutes sometimes. It's crazy. That is mind-blowing. $150,000 in legal fees, lawfare, let's emphasize that, lawfare.
He was just one of like 1,700 the Biden regime went after.
Exactly. And so I think it is so important for especially my group, Dallas Young Republicans, I have to say that, because it's very important to me, to be educated on this and that everyone has a voice and there is a time and a place for that voice, and it has to be now.
It does. It does. What'd you learn tonight?
I think that, like, from a conservative being of a darker complexion, I get a lot of people that look at me, are you this, are you that? I'm the greatest race of all. I'm the human race.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. Can we all, let's have a group hug. Group hug right here on the Walkaway.
I always get in front of people and I say, look, I'm the color purple, and I love my color. God gave me this incredible tan, but I can get in front of anybody. I'm a preacher's kid. So I live with the power of positivity in my life and throughout everything I do. So I love that about Brandon. I love what he does. I love his spirit, his honesty, calling out those that need to be called out. Way to go, Brandon. Let's go. I got your back 100%, and I know these two as well. So
awesome. Glad to hear that, guys. All right, I'm going to turn to my friend Isabella, who's been in the movement for several years, like all of us, who's been persecuted, who's been attacked, who's been raided. You can relate to Brandon.
Done it all.
Yeah. And my grandma always taught me never to ask a woman's age, but I just want folks at home watching right now to know your age so they realize how young you were when you got into the movement, how young you were when you got persecuted, prosecuted, raided, and how young you still are that you're still fighting. You didn't give up, you didn't give in, you didn't roll over.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm 25 for the record, but you and I just had this conversation. Last time Brandon and I had spoken, him and I were on Laura Ingraham together. We both just got pardoned. We were talking about it. I was present at January 6th. I was arrested back in March of 2024.
For doing nothing.
Just being there. I was arrested, shackled, thrown in a jail cell. I lost my job. I lost my fellowship that I had. I was basically labeled by the media as a thief for my government, as a domestic terrorist.
All lies.
And then after that, coming back, I realized my entire apartment had been raided, completely trashed, destroyed. It was horrible. I honestly, I knew about Brandon, I knew about the Walkaway movement. I didn't know half the lawfare that he had experienced. I didn't even know to the degree of January 6th that he'd been persecuted.
So even though you knew him, you knew what Walkaway was about. Just this fundraiser tonight, watching the videos, listening to the speeches, you actually learned more about the movement.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, January 6th, he explained it perfectly. It financially destroys you because you have the entire weight of the U.S. government on your shoulders. They have unlimited money, unlimited resources, and they're coming after people like Brandon Straka who are just getting started. They're coming after people like me. I just graduated college and just getting my life.
Lawfare. They have nothing else.
Exactly.
They have no policy. Their ideology is psycho. They can't take away our free speech. We can still go out in the damn street corner. So it's lawfare. That's the only way they can shut us down. But now somebody else is in charge in D.C.
Amen.
And so let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way. I'm fine. I'm still financially rebuilding my life because of what the FBI and what Biden's DOJ did to me, the same way that Brandon is. I donated tonight. My goal is to help as much as I can.
It's awesome.
I definitely will be talking to Brandon directly about helping as much as I can. I believe this movement is crucial. I believe it's important to our country. And without people like Brandon, you don't have a country anymore. You don't have people standing up. You don't have people like the Dallas Young Republicans that are coming in and wanting to get the young people involved. Who do we have to look up to in our movement? People like Brandon, Republican clubs like this, that people can look at in a world and a society under Biden's DOJ where we're told to hate our skin color, hate religion, hate order, hate conservatism, hate anything that has tradition and rule and law and order.
So anti-American.
It is.
So anti-American.
And it's okay to be white. It's okay to love your country. It's okay to be a Christian. And this is a perfect group. I mean, he said it.
Because nobody hates on people for the color of their skin, for their religion, for who they sleep with. We don't care on our side. What's interesting is your friend said that the lefties were giving him crap for being conservative. Isn't that so telling? That if you're of the in their mind the wrong color, the wrong gender, the wrong persuasion, the wrong income bracket, the wrong whatever, you can't be on our side. You have to be on theirs. And if not, we will ruin you. Guys, gals, thank you. Isabella DeLuca, friends from the Dallas Republican. Thank you, guys. I got more folks that want to talk. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much. God bless you, brother. Keep it going down here in Dallas. Love these people. Are you kidding me? So even folks that know about what the movement's about, the Walkaway campaign, they still learned something tonight. And I hope you watching online did. Still got a line. Let's find out what more folks learned. This is Blaine. Blaine, how you doing, brother?
Blaine, good to meet you.
What'd you learn tonight about the Walkaway campaign?
Well, I'm the president of the Log Cabin Republicans of Dallas, so the gay Republicans. And
I know Log Cabin. I've been in Palm Springs for years. The Log Cabin actually backed my bid in 2018 for Congress.
Of course.
So
we always back.
Again, shows the diversity of the Republican and the conservative and the America First movement.
So we have a lot of people here in Dallas walking away from the Democratic Party. Amen. A lot of gays are sick of the... I know.
Walk away from it.
Exactly. So
come out of the Democrat closet.
Yes, they are. We have to come out again, by the way. I mean, yeah, as gays, we have to come out again. And they are vicious, by the way. I've written multiple op-eds here in the Dallas Voice. And the Dallas Voice gets no comments, by the way, on any of their articles, but they come after us, like, very, very viciously.
Because like Brandon, they have to persecute you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, which common sense for any American out there watching right now, no matter if you're affiliated with the left, the right, independent, libertarian, or no parties at all. What party's telling you where you need to be affiliated because you're gay, straight, black, brown, white, whatever? Not this side, that side. Who are the crazy ones?
1,000%. It's always the left. It's always on the Democratic side. But as a log cabin president, I always get people coming up to me saying, I'm scared to tell anybody who I voted for, but they'll tell me. And what I can tell you is Don Lemon just came out the other day and said that all the conservatives are closet cases, and I can tell you this. There are a lot of closet cases, but they're actually conservatives. And they come up and they'll tell me who they really voted for. And we're actually the fastest growing chapter in our national organization right now. So
well, Don Lemon can go back to his street interviews where people put him in his place. Have you watched his interviews?
Yes, he is failing. He is failing.
Every time he tries
miserably.
to nail our movement or Trump, the people he's interviewing, whether they're gay, black, he thinks they're going to say what they're supposed to say.
Yeah.
And they say the opposite.
They say the
I love
complete opposite. So yeah.
Thank you, Blaine.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out and supporting.
And we're all walking away. So
that's awesome. Come on down. I feel like Bob Barker now. All right, who else is talking about walking away? What's your name, dear?
Elizabeth Smith.
Elizabeth. So first, did you know about the Walkaway campaign before you came tonight? Answer that. And then what did you learn if you knew nothing or knew a little bit after the event?
No, I've actually never heard of this before. So I guess I was under a rock somewhere. But I have actually been a part of it without even realizing it. So my parents are immigrants. I'm a first-generation American. And I have 4 brothers, and all of them are named after presidents on both sides. Wow. And something about what my parents taught me is that you can't believe media, and they wanted us to be free thinkers. And they were entrepreneurs, and so we knew how to work for what we were here for. And I'm
the American dream.
I'm a big American patriot. I always knew that because that's what my father raised us to be like, to appreciate this country.
Where's your family from?
Argentina and Paraguay. And so we were very involved with what's going on right now because we have so much to be thankful for. Sure. So when Trump first ran, I just knew because I had my own company that I loved him. He was great at running
Me too.
companies. He was great at running people. He was great at negotiating. He was great at making both sides come to the table. And that's what I think we all need, because I believe that most of us aren't just far left and far right.
No.
And most of us are moderate and able
Yes.
to discuss things.
Amen.
And what they're trying to do is constantly put us so far aside that we cannot even have a civil discussion where most of us would probably come to agreements on a lot of different topics, because we're all here for the same thing. We all want to have a great life without interrupting anyone else's lives. But there are rules, there are laws, and there is already a process where we can succeed here. This has been done. This is what used to be called the American dream.
Yes.
My parents had that. I had that. And I don't want to have that lost for anybody else, including my son that's just 5 years old. And I think right now is a very crucial time where we have to come to the table and we have to discuss these things without being so divisive. And that's how they want us to be, because then we cannot work together. And this is, I think, from everybody's discussion, what I've heard today, the biggest opportunity for us to all come to the table and join as Americans, which is what they don't want us to be. They want us to be divided.
They do. That's why the left plays identity politics, and the right used to. But this new MAGA America First movement that Trump started, that I am 110% in since 2015, we don't care about who you are, how much money you make, who you sleep with, who you're married to, what color you are. None of that. Absolutely. It's about being an American.
Absolutely.
Thank you, dear.
And that's what we are. And that's what I want us to all remember when we have these discussions, that we're all on the same side. We're not trying to hurt each other like they're trying to make us think we're doing.
Yeah.
We're not against each
Think
other.
about it. America will never fall from outside forces, right? It's united we stand, divided we fall.
Exactly.
We're only going to fall within. We got to fight. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want a selfie with you. That's okay?
Of course, you can take a
We're gonna-
selfie,
I mean, we
and I
saw
hope
her
you
in
donate.
2025.
I
Oh,
hope
yes,
you
don't
donate.
worry about
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. I love that. Great. I mean, come on, man. How can you not, if you're sitting at home still watching a few hours later, how can you not just fall in love with Brandon and his movement? He's bringing Americans together. Notice I said Americans together. And we're about to wrap things up. I'm going to do, guys, I need you to come back one more. We're going to do one big interview and we're wrapping everything up. Come on down. Get in here real quick. We're going to wrap this up because the live stream feed's about to end. So real quick, I've got Simon from Log Cabin Republicans. I just spoke to one of your guys. Yes. I got Laura. You're with the
Republican women.
So more Republican women. And these gentlemen we spoke with at the beginning. So get in here. I'm going to go down the row real quick, and I want a simple answer. I know you gentlemen knew a little bit about Walkaway. I didn't speak with you three before. So now I want to know what you learned tonight, and are you going to go out and carry the message to your friends who might be liberals or Democrats to walk away? And we'll just go down the line, Dame.
What I'm going to do is, or what I learned first was actually learn how much impact they had from East Coast to West Coast, from all over the country. And what I'm going to do is through Turning Point and through Blegs is I'm going to push this mission. I'm going to push other people to walk away. And actually I want to partner with Walkaway a lot for Turning Point and for Blegs and see what we can actually be doing together and elaborating more people and bringing more people to the Walkaway campaign and more people to the Conservative Party.
Thank you. God bless you, brother. Let me tell you what, this is an old guy being in the media 30-some years. Everybody's all about competition, right? So back in TV era, analog days, we want ratings. Nowadays, you want clicks and insight and followers, right? I think people on the right and as conservative patriots need to stop worrying about who's got more likes, who more followers, and let's come together. I want One America News to partner with TPUSA, to partner with Blexit, to partner with Young Republicans, to partner with Walkaway. We should all be partnering to save the republic. Thank you, brother. How about you?
100%. To piggyback off that, I mean, the fundamentals are all the core same for everybody. It's a Christian conservative movement in all accounts. I mean, you look here, you look there, and everybody's kind of joining forces, as you said, and that's kind of what we got to really focus on, is just getting everybody together, man.
Yeah. Drop the egos, kids on the right. Let's all come together and let's keep this republic free. Faith, family, country. How about you, Jacqueline?
I'll say that I didn't know so many people shared my story. I was shamed for not posting a black square in 2020, and that's when I woke up. I was living in Boston, then I moved to San Francisco, and then I finally saw the light and moved to Texas. So I'm so glad to be in a place where we can be free, but we have to continue to tell our story because we're not alone in this. So that's what I learned tonight, is there are many folks like me that have a similar path.
There's more of us than them, Jacqueline.
Agreed.
Stay on our side and we'll bring more over. We'll walk them away. We'll walk them with us. We'll walk with them. Laura, how about you?
I am just super appreciative to be here in Texas, honestly. Yes.
I live in California. I get it.
Yes. This was incredibly inspiring, hearing each and every one of them tonight, from Brandon to all of the other folks tonight. I really, really am very impressed with what he's done, and
Were you familiar with the Walkaway movement at all?
Familiar? No. Well, I mean, not till like 2 days ago.
Right.
Right.
So opened your eyes a lot.
It did.
This to me is more important. I mean, you guys are in Young Republicans clubs and stuff, and you're bringing Republicans together. But to me, we're already Republicans. This is more important. We've got to bring more people from that radical left ideology over to our side to save the Republic.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for coming out. And finally, we'll end on Simon. What'd you learn tonight about the Walkaway campaign?
So I'm not really a walkaway. I'm walk-in as a legal immigrant, also being part of the LGBT community. So I find myself very much in the Republican Party. But what I appreciate about Brandon is that seeing him at college campuses, that's where our future is. That's where the future of America is, and we need to keep that going. And I mean, there is so many Gen Zs and young generation that need to walk away. Yes, they do. And it's our job to do that.
It is. I think as
to our side,
a little bit older, folks that are already conservative, already in the America First movement, it is our duty. I was in the military, so to me it's a mission. I think we should all be mission gold, mission orientated now to take what Brandon's done, the persecution Brandon's went through, the ridicule, the hate, and we need to all come together and walk with people and help them walk away. Thank you guys. They're wrapping me up. This has been, wow. I mean, what? I've been involved with a lot of stuff over the years, folks. That's all I can tell you in 30-some years of broadcast journalism. And I'm really happy that I met Brandon Straka, that I'm part of this walkaway movement. I want this country to thrive for my daughter, for my family, for your family. And the America First movement is the only way forward with the Republic. And Brandon Straka and the Walkaway campaign are part of that movement. God bless you all for watching tonight. If you can donate, please do. Check out my show on One America News. It's called Real America with Dan Ball. And just God bless you for tuning in tonight, and God bless America. Good night, everybody.